I ran up a check, I might do it again. Enemies close, had me thinking they're friends. 10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what. Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up. I do roll like a Mack truck, country heart, I might cop a farm and go act up. Lot of scars, I was cold-hearted, now I'm back up. Keep it real, I do this once a month, I don't rap much. I just take the money and go stack up. Only buying car to get tatted up. All that other bull, it don't matter much. You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault, I done doubled up on the workload. I think I fell in love with the bankroll. Pray up, get money, then we lay low. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what. Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what. Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up. Switch that V6 for the EV, ride around my city, you should come ride with me, yeah. Feel me if you hear me sip, water like a fish, sip out water to the gillies, yeah. This a new wave, this a takeover, do it for the future, time to get a world a makeover. Time never stops, no the timing is not, time to clean up the block. Streets been a mess, how can I breathe? Smoke in the air, pure gasoline. I see the news, see what you read. Change gotta come, put that on me and watch me educate. Yeah, we been could've started, but it's never late. Do it for my kids, yeah, let's set it straight. Do it for your kids, gotta set it straight. It's time to regulate, we need change now. We need solar, we need EV in the game now. Make it changes so the earth we know can stay around. Make it changes cause we had no time for playing around. Let's quit the playing around. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, work as a team. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, we going green. New car goes zoom, but it's quiet. You can hear me come and think I'm lying. If I said I'm perfect, I'd be lying. I can't say I'm perfect, but I'm trying. I'ma give my all till I'm dying. I'm the new Captain Planet, here to make changes, not damage. World on my shoulders while I'm standing. I'm the new Captain Planet, here to make changes, not damage. World on my shoulders while I'm standing. First rule to me, let's keep it clean.
Oh, we're finally doing this, are we? Because I was going to make a sandwich.
did there. You know what? I see what you did there, sir. Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Next Podcast, guys. I gotta say, there seems to be a lot of energy tonight. I really think is, we got less than a week until Starfield comes out. We have Gamescom, who's going on this week. There was a lot of things going on, a lot of things said, a lot of things done, interviews, Phil Spencer, a lot of stuff happened this week, and we get to talk about it tonight with you guys. I hope you're having a good night. It is a really, really awesome show tonight. We do not have Pred here, unfortunately, but as usual, one of the guys in the community stepped up, a close friend, dare I say a family member of the Next Podcast is going to be hanging out with us tonight. You know what? I'll let you know who that is as we get into the intros right now. Let me start with this man. You guys don't know it, but in the beginning, there was Atari. And Atari was trying to make this game. It kind of resembled tennis, but in your living room. But they didn't have the animation right for the ball on the court. Come in, this man, for the first ever mocap in a video game. That is right. Sir X-Man is the ball in Pong. Sir X-Man, what is up, bro?
It's too early for me to get nasty with that.
I might have way more energy than you tonight, bro. I might.
You need to be corrected, because Pong was on the Magnafox Odyssey. The very first video game console.
Oh, so that's where you did your very first work. All right. My bad. I'm gonna have to correct my notes. Sorry about that, Sir X-Man.
Hello, everybody. We having fun. Let's go. And I got somebody in here that knows about racing wheels and games just like I do that I can talk to, and it's phenomenal. Feels good. Let's go.
Hold on, this as usual, Dragonheart.
The guy, he don't count.
Okay. Mr. Yobi, I will let you know. Let's see here. I will let you know that I believe Sir X-Man is pretty much all the way up. It looked like he was going into the red in my audio, my equalizers and stuff. So let's see how this goes, man. But next on the list, coming from the West Coast, this man is here to talk about the revival of the PSP tonight. He is the Angry Otter himself, Dark Optimus. What is up, brother?
What's up, man? Happy to be here. Ready to get into the topics. We got a lot to talk about tonight.
Dude, a lot of stuff has been said, like, throughout the last couple of days with Gamescom and stuff, man. Like, I'm still catching up. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Still catching up, man.
Let's just say this, since we're still early in the podcast and I can't really cuss that much.
Do.
People are freaking crazy. All right.
Woo!
People are freaking nuts.
That's so general. I don't know which way you're headed with that one, man. Interesting. Definitely interesting.
Yeah, we'll get into it.
Sounds like we're going BD on this one, people. Yo, next on the list, guys, you got to put it together. You got to get it there in the chat. You got to let this man know. He coming from one of my favorite shows, the Shop Podcast. It's where I've hung out with him. Not only that, but on Xbox Live, a true gamer in the community and a man who loves racing just as much as me, Sir X-Man, K-Mega, maybe more. I don't know. Not gauging that far, but it is Fuzzy Belvedere. Yo, Fuzzy, what is up, man?
Oh, man, it's so good to be here with you guys. And we're going to definitely talk some Forza stuff and some Gamescom stuff. But, man, glad to be here with you guys. What's up to everybody in the chat? Yeah, it's going to be a fun conversation tonight. Let's do this.
Nice. And guys, people in the chat, just to let you know, I haven't done it yet. So if you haven't done it yet, let's do it together. Yeah, let's hit that thumbs up button. Let's share the show out. Let people know that we are going in tonight. Some crazy topics. And we do have some Predator gameplay over here. Now, granted, I don't know where he got a high school football team, but a football game with these teams, the Cowboys and Saints or whatnot. I don't know, but definitely it's like a high school simulation football game, I guess. But yeah, this is Predators gameplay, so feel free to scrutinize it as much as you can. On that note, guys, I think we got to get in. I want to talk a little bit about Forza Motorsport, right? They did show it at Gamescom, kind of like behind closed doors, and there was something that I heard from people as they came out of the showing that I was really happy with. Now, on the first unveiling of Forza Motorsport, graphically, I thought it looked absolutely incredible. You know, they said, you know, a few things about the gameplay wise and stuff like that, but I thought the second showing, to me, graphically, it looked awkward. Like, to me, it didn't look like the cars were in that space. Something about the lighting with the cars, and it looked off to me. But I was kind of holding myself back. I'm like, you know, let's see what the finished product is and stuff like that. Now, come to find out, people who came out of the event said it looks graphically absolutely incredible. So I'm a little more at ease about that. I am going to get to you guys about what your expectations are for Forza Motorsport, but I do want to ask something about what I'm calling like current gen, like closed circuit racers. You know, you got the Forza Motorsport, Gran Turismo in terms of the consoles, the two big hitters there, and of course there are other ones. But I noticed a trend here, and I feel like I'm getting gypped. And chat, hang with me here. I feel like I'm getting a little bit gypped here. I love seeing gameplay of these games coming up, right? And you know they use a lot of the replay to show it because, you know, different camera angles, stuff like that. Now, with these new generation, anytime you're doing a replay, it's not representative of the game when you were racing. They boost up all the graphics and stuff like that. So whenever you're looking at, like, the game trailers and this and that, like, to me, it's so mixed up with having a boost when it comes to the replays and stuff. Me personally, I don't like that. I like showing the game the way it was as I am playing it in my replays. And especially with a closed circuit racer, they go all in on graphics anyway. So I don't know, like, I don't like where they put their effort when it came to this feature. And I want to ask you guys how you feel about that. So let me start. We gotta put the man of the hour. We gotta put Fuzzy on the hot seat, man, because you're not here every week. You know, I gotta get you on the first question. Do you hear what I'm saying about the whole kind of boosting dude? How do you feel about that? Because I feel kind of gypped personally. I don't like that added polish where I don't think it's necessary, man. But I don't know. How do you feel, man?
I'm kind of fine with it, and it's mainly because I like watching the replays after I finish a race to have it where it's kind of like a broadcast kind of thing, or like the in-car cam kind of deal. But I understand what you're saying as far as, like, you would like it to look as visually stunning while racing. Some things, like if you're doing like a pace lap, you know, the shrubs and stuff like that on the side of the track, I would expect those to look, you know, pristine. But when you're at speed, those things are going to blur for the most part. So I'm kind of all right with it, but I get what you're saying. And it's one of those things I wonder, like I've seen stuff where compared on PC versus console, like a Assetto Corsa and stuff like that, even though they don't have technically a next-gen patch per se, it's just more of like graphic fidelity is turned up a good bit. On like the Competizione one in comparison, it's tough, I think, for these consoles to have the bumped up visuals that you see in the replay while playing it.
Fuzzy, I'm not asking for the bumped up part as the playable part. I'm just asking for them to be even. So even if it has to be, you know, just the reflections that are ray traced, just like how it is when you're racing and stuff like that. If it has to be that way, let it be that way. Because I know it's going to look great anyway. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah.
But I think a lot of people want that replay, like the TV broadcast equivalent, especially like if they're doing like esports and whatnot. Okay. I think they want it to look as real or as close to real as possible. So sometimes it kind of fools the eye. So when you post a video, it's like, oh yeah, look at this race, and it's like, wait, is that a game or is that a real race kind of thing? I think that bump in visuals is to kind of help that illusion. Although, if they were matched to what you see while in the actual race, I think at that point, then we would probably still be quite happy with what we see. It's just a matter of, like with GT or Gran Turismo 7, you're not going to see any ray tracing on track, and at least until they do some sort of like PC port kind of deal. On the other hand, Forza, they're all about that ray tracing on track, so the replay and the main game can look the same, and it not even phase you or anything along those lines. But yeah, I think for at least for GT, at least until PC comes about, yeah, their replays have always been kind of like this broadcast level look to them to some extent in comparison to their main race. But I'm fine with having that bump up. But if they were matched evenly, kind of like I think even when you look at like Motorsport 7, they were pretty much matched evenly, and it still looked gorgeous with the the skybox and everything.
That's what I'm saying though. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, to me, and I know, I think you gave so far out of anybody I've ever talked to, and believe it or not, guys, I do talk to people about games, like, when I'm not live on this show. It's weird, yo. Like, there's a whole bunch of people out there, and we just talk about games a lot, man. Like, oh, man. I don't know. Like, it's simple in my mind, but like trying to express it gets a little kind of like convoluted, man. Like they've always been,
because most other games that aren't racing games, like whenever you see the replay, it's pretty much what the level of the gameplay was. But I think for at least like I would say you could probably get away with it with sports games like of any kind, like whether it's 2K or Madden. Like I think you could probably bump up those visuals just to kind of at a quick glance, make it look like it's an actual TV broadcast kind of thing.
See, you gave when you started talking about esports and like making the replays kind of look as like, professional, as real as possible. I that was the better argument I've heard so far. Other than like why even like talk about that? Why even? Because I'm like, I see things where it opens the door for devs. To not work so hard. Like, a lot of times when people when developers find ways to do things, right? And it's acceptable. Like, oh yeah, we're going to boost the graphics here, but we're going to lower it here. And everything's all right. It opens the door. So now people are like, well, that'll be easier for them. They don't have to, use up all the memory for the graphics throughout the whole game and stuff. They can do more with the game. That's what a lot of people say. But a lot of times they won't, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They won't do anything extra. Like they got that. They're cool. They're comfortable and moving forward. And I don't want to leave the door open for that space where, especially in a genre that I care about so much. I don't want to leave that door for the developers to just kind of half-ass it through this, and they'll just make it look good in the replays. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want that door open, Ben.
Well, I think as long as they stick to the standard for at least 60 frames and maybe even bump it up to 120 frames, which some of these newer racers should be able to do without much of a problem, I would say it would be nice if they could put more of that memory resource to better use. Like my biggest thing is I remember playing NASCAR 2003 back in the late 90s, early 2000s and whatever, or all the Papyrus and Sierra NASCAR racing games. And it's like you have 42 cars on track. So that means 40 AI or 41 or 42 AI drivers that's able to keep track of. But these newer racers, even though, yes, there's a lot more visual fidelity involved.
Oh, yeah.
They're limited to between 20 to 24. You got 20 on GT and you got 24 on Forza. And I would like to see them even push it further with 30. Now, with 20 on GT, the one thing I will say, it struggles when you do a fully painted field. So if you're going to put custom paint schemes on the cars and try to recreate like an actual IMSA race with the official paint schemes that people may have created in the community or ones you've done yourself, The minute you have all 19 of those other cars in front of you making a turn at, like, let's say Daytona on the road course, you can start to see the choppiness, whether you have it in the 60 frames
Huh.
mode or the 120 frames mode.
That's
60 feels like it drops down to like 40 or less. And then
that
the
that sucks
120
for
mode,
whoever's in last place, then, man. Because if it has to be, they all got to be in front of you. That's a very particular situation. I know,
if you're-
Fuzzy.
or
I
if
know
you're
you're
in
never
front,
in
when you
last
make
place, bro.
When you make the turn, or when you're in front and you make the turn and they're coming up, like if it's a hairpin turn. Like I always like starting those races from the back of the field and do like 15-minute endurance runs.
Get more
And
money,
then
right?
have the time speed up so that way you go from like a day to evening to night type of thing.
And you get
for
more
that
money,
15
right?
minutes. Well, unfortunately with GT you don't.
Mother.
That's the biggest thing that sucks right now with GT is that if you do a custom race, you're capped out at about around 20,000.
That was a staple. That's a staple for racers,
Yeah,
man.
and-
In terms of getting money, and they said no, huh? Damn.
No, and even if you do a perfect race, they give you, it's like 1.5 winnings. So then you might be able to get 30,000 out of it or somewhere in that ballpark, and that's putting the drivers at the highest difficulty. You know, even detuning your car like 50 power points or whatever in comparison to the rest of the field, and it's still like, yeah, you're only going to get 30,000 on a 15-minute race that you start at the back of the pack and work your way to the front. Even if you have like pit stops mandatory or make it so the fuel runs out where you would at least have to make one pit stop in that run. Yeah, it's like a 35,000 payout at most if you're on like a, let's say a Watkins Glen kind of thing with the short track, as opposed to Watkins Glen. You can probably eke out around 27,000 or so on the full road course. But
Okay.
all things aside, I want them to use more of that memory power for more AI on track, or just make the AI smarter where you don't have to use rubber banding. You can have them.
That's
take
exactly what
multiple
they're saying
lines
they're
and-
doing with motorsport
Yeah.
as well. So I think I don't know, Fuzzy, if you were over there at turn 10 and, you know, talking to these guys or whatnot, but they seem to be listening to you, man. I don't know. Maybe I'll drop a couple suggestions in your ear. Maybe you can like send it along, man. But you know, even that 30 grand or so that you're making, you know, per kind of like custom race, if you got Sir X-Man there, you're guaranteed that 30,000 every time because you're always coming in first. But Sir X-Man, I got to ask you about the whole Forza Motorsport thing. You know, the replays. Now, again, when I say it really quick, it doesn't really sound like anything. But then when you look at like marketing and promotion and stuff like that it's constantly the replays and stuff. And I would rather have them. I almost feel like it's a waste of time and resources where they could have done other things to the game than that. I don't like what they're doing with the replays when it comes to like this generation kind of like closed circuit racers. Man, how do you feel, bro? Sir X-Man. Sir X-Man, are you there, sir? Sir X-Man, can you hear
Is he
me?
muted?
No? Okay. All right. We are moving to Dark then. Dark! Everything I just said to Sir X-Man, but to you in your favorite genre of gaming, which is racing. Hello? All right. I'm going to do a general call. Fuzzy, are you there with me?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Where are these guys?
I don't know. Oh, wait,
Oh, Sir X-Man's
think
gone.
he may-
We're having
I think he may have
technical
difficulty.
difficulties. Uh-oh. Sir X-Man, okay, he is now unmuted. Sir, can you hear me? Huh.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there he is.
I do not know what's wrong with that thing.
What happened? Yo, but we can't. I don't know what's going on with Dark either.
There's something you got to do in the settings that I did since they said my voice was low. But I forgot to set one of the options back to okay. But it's fine now.
Okay.
Now, what I was trying to say was that there are only a few games that I've ever known where the replays were absolutely perfect. I hate to give credit to a PlayStation guy, but Gran Turismo, the very first one of a race. those replays made people feel back then. Think about the graphics back then.
Mm-hmm.
Don't compare them to now. Made people think they were really playing a racing game. They would come over and like, man, what racing game is that? Or they thought I was watching a racing event. And I'm like, no, that's a game, dude.
Dude, I used to have the replays playing like in between when I was like rolling up in between races, get ready to smoke. Like, yeah, I used to have the replays playing. Good shit right there, man.
And the next group, Gran Turismo 2 was the same way. Great replays. The only other ones after that for me were Project Gotham Racing. Had great replays. Great replay. I loved it, you know, and it was incredible.
Project Gotham is definitely a gem, man. A gem.
Yeah. I still got Project Gotham 3 and 4 for the 2, 3, and 4.
Are they back compat?
I mean, 3 and 4 are no, they're not.
Fuck. Oh, damn it. Oh well.
But since they're cutting out backwards compatibility, even though Blizzard owns Bizarre Creations, you know, and Microsoft does own the rights to Project Gotham, we'll still never see it. The only other ones are, like I said, PC games.
I got you, but yo, Sir X-Man, you don't.
I know, but I'm building up to what you were talking about.
Okay. I was gonna say, you don't feel gypped a little bit, like when you're looking at
I feel gypped with my console versions. You know, now Forza Motorsport 1 and Forza Motorsport 2, when they moved over to the next generation on the 360, had great replays.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, the good replay cameras and the spots that we really want to focus on started to go away. And I was like, what's going on with that? Now, the best replays right now, I'm sorry, Project Cars 1 and Project Cars 2. Their replays are amazing. But a lot of people didn't play those games because they were better to play with a PC, you know, with the wheel and pedals and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
I tried Project Cars. I tried Project Cars on console. I didn't like the way the cars were handling, man.
Yeah, you can handle the cars better with a controller. I mean, than wheels and pedals. They were made for wheels and pedals.
Yeah,
it's one of them games.
That you said that. Now I can definitely. I remember like trying to control them. I could definitely see it being better. Of course, with the more expensive peripherals, man. You know what I'm saying?
But my buddy had the right tune for it, though. My buddy Fertile, and he used a controller. But he had to tune it and calibrate it so much, and then he finally got it right. And the other one in this generation now, where the replays are good, up to the standard that we're looking for, is the F1 series. Those replays are phenomenal. They make you feel like you're really watching this, you know, the and a racing thing. You know, but a lot of other games on consoles have taken away from the extra replay, because the extra replay takes more horsepower and graphics from the game. And when it's storing it, all of it, believe it or not, it does take up space to hold that in a buffer until you're ready for the replay. That's the main reason why they don't go the extra level to put that much into the replays now, like they used to do before.
Well, no, what I'm saying is they boosted the graphics of the replays, and to me, like, I don't know, it's
the graphics to the replay. Keep the graphics on the cars and the game that you're playing. I don't care about that. As long as I can see the replay and see where I'm messing up, where I need to improve. Because remember, Forza, you could pull the telemetry out while the replay is going. And I play with just the hood. I don't play in the car. So you can see the telemetry of how your brakes are heating up, how your tires are feeling when you're taking a corner, the bump and capitations in there. So I can make those adjustments to the car to that specific track. That's really my main concern. It's not for show out there when I digitally put it out there. It's for me to get an understanding where I'm messing up and where I need to correct on a track. That's where you need that accuracy.
Okay.
Because you also want to see it as and review your telemetry. So you can see how you're coming into the apex, how you see where you're drifting off on a straightaway, where you should be making it stable. So you can go back and tune that and adjust that, and then when you get back to the track, go test it out and see how it feels. For a person that drives a game that's supposed to be more like a sim, those are the most important things to us.
Okay, most important. But yeah, there are many different uses for the replays and stuff like that, man. I don't know.
For me and Fuzzy, that's the biggest one right there, right, Fuzzy?
Well, as far as like the replay aspect.
Yeah, so you can judge.
I agree.
You got the telemetry and stuff like that, so you know where you need to adjust or counter adjust to your situation. You're like, why did my back end slip so hard
All right,
there? And
check this out. Low key, this is why I'm personally upset with this. Like, you guys know, this show does gameplay, right? Mm-hmm. That's all you see the whole time. There's at least an hour of gameplay on this show every week, right? Now, whenever I capture Forza Motorsport, like, I like to go into the replay, so this way you get the different angles and you see all the cars. I don't like just focus on, my car and stuff. So I like using the replays of my races. Now it's going to be like a higher polished, and it's not, to me, I can't personally say, hey, yeah, that's an accurate representation of my race. You know what I'm saying? Because it's boosted up and like there's going to be inaccuracies. I just don't like it like that. I love being like that honest gamer. Like, yeah, that's the gameplay. That's that's exactly it, and it's not going to be that.
You want the pretty.
No, I said they don't have to make the gameplay prettier. I think the gameplay is pretty. Is pretty enough. I never thought we would say pretty that much in such a short amount of time on this channel, though. But like, you can lessen the replay graphics, and I would be happy with that. I just want it to be on par, so this way it's exactly what I did again. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I'm saying?
With no stuttering.
I don't like that. I don't like smoke and mirrors. If I like smoke and mirrors, I would be a PlayStation only gamer, bro. Like, I'm saying, man. I'm just being honest, yo. I'm not a smoke and mirrors type dude, so I don't like moves like that. When Gran Turismo did that, I made fun of them. And all of a sudden, Turn 10's like, yo, that's a great idea. And I'm like, no, it's not. All right? Again, it's not the biggest deal, but it's something that irks me. And I just want to hear if other racers out there have gotten that same feeling or can kind of understand where I'm coming from. But guys, like Dark, I'm not sure if Dark is still, if he's here talking.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, you can talk now. I don't know if you want to chime in on racing, bro.
Yeah, I had to step away.
Oh, actually,
no, I don't.
I gave PlayStation a compliment, dude. You missed it.
He didn't.
I heard you.
It was a backhanded compliment. Don't let it. Don't let him.
I still heard it. I just walked away. I still had my headset on.
Oh, so you heard all the bullshit. Nice.
Yeah, I heard all the bullshit.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, Dark, let's switch it up then, because we got more information about that infamous
I thought he was talking about Forza.
No, he doesn't want to talk about that.
Yeah, because I don't play it, so why would I talk about it?
Sir X-Man, you do know there are time restraints when it comes to live podcasts, right? We gotta say what we gotta say and keep going. The people want to hear what they want to hear on multiple topics, and we're gonna talk about the revival of the PSP, kinda. Dude, what a way!
Not really the PSP. I would rather have the PSP than this, but okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what a way to shit on the legacy of one of the better handhelds that have ever come out in gaming.
Yeah.
Than to use the same. Like, I'm talking about the PlayStation Portable, people. You know
I got the perfect name for that. The perfect Yeah, man, go ahead. I'm not gonna do it. It's too early.
Jesus.
Oh, dude, I gotta grab that audio. That's gotta be. Man, I got plans for that audio.
I feel like every time Sir X-Man chimes in, you should just mute him every
Yeah,
time.
Oh,
You know, like because
shit peripheral. Okay, the
has nothing to.
shit peripheral.
Like,
All right. Well, guys, for people who don't know, it basically looks like the DualSense chopped in half and a tablet put in the middle of it.
yeah.
We got more information about it. It apparently it does not support Bluetooth. It has a technology called PS Link, I believe. I believe that is the technology that it's using to hook to your PS5. Correct me if I'm wrong, Dark, or anybody else. If like, because
it has to be connected to your PS5.
Wi-Fi.
Your PS5 has to be on and connected to Wi-Fi.
Okay, and you have to probably be on the same Wi-Fi then, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not anything to like go out of town with and to be able to play your. See, that's the biggest problem for me right there. Like,
I can't wait to embarrass this thing.
When it comes down to it, Dark, I gotta ask. Let me ask your opinions on this. Again, we got more information on it. I think we kind of guesstimated this is what the device was going to be when they first unveiled it. But I think we were hoping for kind of like a cloud streaming, with their service that they have on the system, and it doesn't seem that it doesn't do kind of like that native streaming. It has to be from your console, dude. $200 for this thing. Kind of like, I mean, to me it sounds like a $200 small TV with a controller attached.
Did you hear how much the proprietary headset costs for the system?
Isn't that the earbuds? The earbuds. I mean the earbuds.
No, they got. I guess, but do you hear how much they want for that?
How much?
It's more than the system. I think it was $250.
Hold on. The earbuds are $250.
That's what I heard.
Does anybody else on the panel know that?
No, I think the earbuds are 200 as
different.
well.
Yeah, they're different from the proprietary headset that they want you to use for the PsPortal portable.
Oh, so the Portal has a different headset?
It does, yeah. You can't use just any ordinary headset. You have to use the proprietary one.
So hold on. So that means you can't even, if you picked up the new PlayStation earbuds, they don't
work with it.
What?
So that means your system's really going to cost $400.
And then hold on. Does the headset come with the Portal? No. And you said it's as much, basically.
It's more than that.
How? What?
It's $250, I think.
$250, yeah, that's how much it was. I was like, oh my god.
So hold on, $450 minus tax. I'm not even talking tax. $450 for two devices that link up to a $400 or $500 device, and that's the only way to play it.
Yep.
Yep.
Did I break that down common sense enough for everybody out there? I'm just, because I'm astonished at what I'm hearing right now. I at least thought that the brand new kind of like earbuds that they're coming out with would have that tech in it. Oh my good.
No, those are really just for the console itself. Like people who don't want to use like an actual headset, they can get those and be fine with just having the earbuds. That's really all it's for.
Okay.
The plug-in
All right.
for regular earbuds.
Let's get the Angry Otter in on here. Yo, Dark.
Yeah.
All this information being fleshed out about the PlayStation Portable. I gotta ask you, dude. Has your thoughts changed on this at all? For better or worse, man? Like, are you gonna pick this up?
What did I say last time? Did I say I was going to pick it up? I don't remember if I did or not.
Maybe more information. I don't know.
I think I was more like I need more information on it. I think at that time. Now that I have more information, I'm like, no, absolutely not.
Were you hoping for like a streaming kind of like,
No, honestly, I wasn't even looking forward to it at all. to be honest. I was just like, I'm not interested in this at all. I don't want to play my games handheld. Like, I mean, like I don't even play my Switch handheld. I literally have it docked all the time. It's never handheld. Every once in a while, I'll play it handheld if I'm like super busy with work and stuff. Like if I have to go in and actually be physically there and do things, I'll bring my Switch with me or whatever. But it's never a long enough time for me to be like, oh, I want to buy a $450 set just so I can play my games while I'm on the go. Like,
Dark,
it's just,
Dragonheart in the chat, just to let you know, says he's saying it does come with a headphone jack. So
Yeah.
I guess you could plug in a
yeah.
wire.
3.5 millimeter or whatever.
Oh,
You
see,
can,
that's
like,
not bad then. It's not
But you
mandatory
won't-
to get the other one then.
Right, but you won't have that
Okay.
pulse audio or that
right.
whatever new sound stuff that they have
Yeah.
that for the 3D
Dude, if you
audio.
want pulse audio, come over with your system,
You have
and
to.
as you're playing, I will hit you in the head with a frying pan, and you'll get the pulse audio. You'll hear your own pulse too. It's crazy.
You know what's so crazy about this is that it doesn't, like, for $200 you can't take it anywhere. It's just stay at home kind of thing. I get it if it's for people who are like who are married or who has somebody has a girlfriend or they have kids or whatever, and the kids want to watch something or they want to play something on the TV or whatever. I get that. But this is completely ridiculous. I don't understand what they're doing with that. I think it's honestly, I think it's just a waste of money, to be honest. I mean, of course, there will always be those people who will say, "Oh, I think it's totally worth it because then I can play my games when somebody else wants to use the TV and stuff." And it's like,
yeah,
okay.
but most of them ain't gonna buy it, Dark. They just
Yeah.
sitting-
Well, that's the thing. There will be those ones who will buy it, and I know several of them who are actually going to buy it, and I know
Jay
who
Barry.
they are. Barry's definitely going to buy it. Persona's probably going to buy it. Those guys. Shout out to them. I mean, they are cool. They are cool dudes. I mean, yeah, they do bash on Xbox all the time, but they are cool dudes.
I caught Jabari in so many lies throughout the years, man. It's been ridiculous, yo.
I mean, sure, people have caught you in lies too, but
What?
I mean, there's. I'm just saying, I'm
What?
sure there's people that's caught you in lies too. We all have
shenanigans.
our things,
I
but
lie.
yeah, okay. You just stretch the truth, okay?
No,
yeah.
I just tell it my opinion at the moment. Thank you.
Yeah. Anyways, keep your mouth shut. I'm talking right now.
Why are you texting me so many times to mute Sir X-Man? It's kind of crazy, dude. Calm
Yeah,
down.
well, it's, this guy just keeps talking.
I would text them and say, "Kick Dark off the show."
Okay.
Oh, I thought that was. I thought you was texting him. Sorry.
But yeah, I'm very much like, yeah, I don't care about this at all. Honestly,
Okay.
honestly, I didn't even. The only stuff that I saw was whatever was on Twitter. That's literally all I saw. Like I didn't look into this. I wasn't like trying to. So I could be wrong on a lot of things, and I'm pretty sure I am wrong on a lot of things. But I didn't.
Are you saying that
I
because of
didn't
Face 23?
Did he say something?
Yo, he hit up a super chat. Yo, shout out to Face 23 Brooklyn. Every time I say your name, I gotta say Brooklyn like that, man. Yo, shout out to you for the super chat, man. Thank you for the support. He said, "Dark, you're spreading misinformation. You can take it anywhere and use it as long as you're on a Wi-Fi network. You don't have to be close to your PS5, dude." Now, Face.
That's
now,
not what
me
I
if
saw.
I'm wrong. I thought you had to be
But-
on the same Wi-Fi network, and if you have to be on the same Wi-Fi network, that means you have to be close to the modem and or router that is
But I
getting
also-
that same signal.
But I also heard that you actually have the PS5 actually has to be on also in order for it to work. So
It could be in sleep
I-
mode, I think. Or
I
Yeah,
don't know. I don't.
Listen to
I
all
don't
these
know.
like different like.
Well, that's the thing. There's so much.
Definitely
on
not
Twitter.
streamlined, huh? Definitely. Not
Some
streamlined.
people are saying one thing about it, and then the other people are saying a different thing about it. So I'm like, I don't know who to believe. But I mean, that's the thing. I didn't care about it enough to even look up the information, anyways. So
well, see, I thought it would be.
This is my thing.
I thought it would be interesting again if they had it to where, right? You had your streaming from games that you have with PS Plus, a really kind of truly take it anywhere type situation.
No, they said you can't stream PS.
No, but that's where I thought if they had that, I would be like, yo, that's a no brainer then. $200 and you got this system.
It has to be games that you own. It can't be anything like PlayStation Plus or anything like that.
Right.
Well, yeah.
At least that's what I saw from different people. So I mean,
well, it seems like
people.
It's anchored to your PS5, so it's definitely games that you own. I mean, it's kind of unfortunate that it wouldn't recognize like your subscription at that point. But it's all anchored to your PS5, and I think with something like that, you need more freedom, man. You definitely need more freedom.
Well, yeah, you definitely need more freedom, but you also like it's so ridiculous. It's a completely ridiculous thing to come out with at a time like this, because it's like I get that they're probably trying to do it so then people can play Spider-Man on the go or whatever, but I honestly really would like to know how many people are actually going to utilize this and actually do this, right? Because, I mean, look at the VR. People were talking and touting and saying that VR was going to be the next best thing, and we were going to get, these games, and we're going to, and it's like I rarely ever hear anybody talk about VR anymore, right? Like, I rarely ever hear. I guarantee you, we'll probably hear about it for like
today on PSVR 2. And I
didn't hear anything about it. I didn't see anything about it.
That's the funny thing. There's like, where's the marketing on launch day? Because that looked out of any game that I've seen besides Half-Life Alyx, when that comes out for it. But that looked like that could be that title for PSVR 2, man. It really like any trailer I've seen, any gameplay I've seen, I'm like, yo, that looks good, especially for virtual reality, man. And again, like you're right, there's nobody saying anything, except for Christopher Hart.
But then that's the thing. Like, there's gonna be right. I've seen him say stuff. Of course, he's definitely a VR guy, and that's that's fine. Be what you want to be. But with this, it's like I wouldn't be surprised if I see people. Of course, Phase 23 is probably gonna get it. Persona, Jay Barty, all those guys that are, really diehard PlayStation fans, they're going to get this. They're going to play with it. They're going to, do things and talk about it and post it on Twitter and all that stuff.
I already saw Mooch convincing himself that it's a good deal. Like, I see him convincing himself on Twitter already.
And then they're never going to talk about it ever again after like a week.
Come on, how you
it's just...
Mooch said Stadia was the greatest thing ever. Come on.
He doesn't remember that, man. He does not remember that.
Mooch. I love Mooch, but that one, we all told him he was wrong.
and that's the biggest problem, right? Is that like they come up with these ideas. In theory, yes, they sound great and they sound like a really pro-consumer kind of thing.
And then reality hits, right, Dark?
Right. Then the reality hits, and it's like, yeah, I don't think I'm ever gonna use this. Or like, Face just said in the chat that he has a backbone. You know what those are? Which they're the little controllers and stuff that you can get for your phone.
I use my Razer Kishi.
Most people would just spend the $100 and get one of those, then spend $200 for this, or spend $450 for the headset and this.
You rolled into what I'm gonna say, bro.
It's just crazy. I don't understand why Sony's doing this, right? Like, they should be focusing on the games and not focusing on this proprietary hardware to go with the PS5 that no one even gives a shit about, to be honest. Like, a majority of people don't give a shit about. There are people that do give a shit, but
shit about the PS5. You're right.
Not the PS5. I'm talking about the accessories to it.
I know.
Yeah, the peripherals and stuff. It's just it's crazy. I don't understand why they're doing it. It makes no sense to me, to be
again,
honest.
like-
I think it's dumb.
To me, especially with the proprietary tech and everything like that they're coming out with. They got a headset that works directly with the Portal, but then they're coming out with the earbuds, and now they're coming out with a detachable disc drive. It just really seems to me like they're
going
doing
the Sega route.
Listen. They're doing the old school own ecosystem with our own devices kind of like situation. And I feel that today's day and age, it's not really about that. And I think Xbox, they really were on the forefront of pushing it past that kind of like cut off ecosystem. You know what I'm saying? Like they're pushing it past. You can use your phones and this and that. And I think that with Sony's mentality, they went more old school. And I'm not sure how that's really going to work out in the long term for them, having all this different hardware.
I know how it's going to work out.
How?
No one's going to buy it. No one's going to get it.
That's not going to be good for them, though, man.
And then they're going to be like, "Oh shit, what do we do now?" That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
That happened during the PS3 era, when nobody bought certain things for the PS5 for the PS3. Like, they were like, "Oh shit, what do we do now?" What did they do? They created more games, and we got some of the best games out of that generation from them. I guarantee if this happens with this generation, where it won't be the same with the PS3 generation, right? Because Sony's still in first place right now, but they'll start focusing more on games and really pushing that instead of all this other stuff if it doesn't work out.
Speaking of games, I just want to let you guys know the game that's going on right now. It's called American Fugitive. No lie, I picked it up for $2. It's got.
Is this the game that you're talking? This is the game that you're playing?
Yeah, the old school GTA, like GTA 1 and 2 feel. Yeah. It's a little bit closer, and you could do more. Like, you can go into the houses and search the rooms and like steal shit. I got twist ties. I can tie up the people that are in the house. It looks like
you're dragging this dude that you just killed.
I did. I killed him and took the keys to his house, and I broke in.
You are a terrible, terrible person.
It's old school GTA. Dude, $2, and I swear, it is so much fun. So much fun.
You only spent $2 on it?
Only $2. Yeah.
Wow.
And dude, it doesn't look bad at all. Like, for the the way the camera angle is, the type of game it is and stuff. It's really good. It's fun. It is incredibly fun.
Sony would charge you $70 for that. Just saying.
Oh my goodness. Well, you wanted to get in on the Portal. You got $70 for that. Sir X-Man, I hear you got a lot of positive things to say. I think you pre-ordered it already.
No. Let Fuzzy go next.
Well, Fuzzy, right. Sir X-Man, he rolled out the red carpet for you, man. Go ahead.
All right, so my view on this thing, I was originally psyched for it as long as it was going to be under the $400 price point, but I was hoping for a few things, and that as time went on, they started taking away some of the hope for some of those things. So, for example, when I first saw this, I was like, oh, this would be cool if it could play games natively, at least PS4 games. Like, have it where you have hard drive space, play, have it connect to the PS Store. If you already own a PS4 game, put it on there. If you have a PS5 game, I figure this isn't going to be the tech that can, play those. So it would still work for me as long as you could, be outside of your Wi-Fi network. Now, I was under the impression originally when this thing was announced that it was able to, like, where you could go to a hotel, have your PlayStation on rest mode, have it on Wi-Fi, and then you be on the hotel Wi-Fi where you're at and connect to it, or have it where you push the little PS button and it turns it on. That's what I originally thought, and everybody's been telling me, or was telling me up to this point, that that's not how this works. It has to be the same Wi-Fi network, which is weird. But the other thing is, when it comes to PlayStation, my cell phone won't connect if I'm not on Wi-Fi, which, if you ever did the remote play on Xbox, you can be on your cell phone network or Wi-Fi and still do the remote play to your Xbox.
Yeah.
So it's weird that you can't do that with a cell phone, not on Wi-Fi with the PlayStation, but it is what it is. This thing being $200, not a bad price, but I would still like to be able to either have music on it. I mean, it is an Android-based device like a phone. Why can't you have your MP3s on there, or have some MP4s, or have access to YouTube, which I'm assuming you probably won't be able to play YouTube on this.
Unless
Do
your
it from your
PS,
phone.
maybe if your PS5 plays it, it can go over. Maybe, right? Like,
If I'm on console
you
stream
can't
with the
play
Xbox, I
YouTube
can
or
watch
Netflix from your phone.
Their
if it's on your-
literal thing is that you can play games in your household, in the living room,
Mhm.
or in another room of the house. That's
Or out
literally
on the
what they're.
patio.
This is literally why they created this thing. So it's not even. I'm not even getting any details on if you can take this outside of your house. So I don't know what Face was talking about, but I'm. It sounds like he was wrong about it.
I would hope that it's able to go outside the house, because if it can't, then it's a waste of time.
I think somebody
This is
found a
basically
back
the
door.
PS TV all over again.
I think somebody found a back door when it came to PlayStation remote play. I'm not sure if it's using a VPN or something like that.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah,
remember that.
it was a long time ago, but they found a way to get the device on the same Wi-Fi network, even when they're not at the house. Like it was a backdoor thing, and then people tried to claim that it can do it, and I'm like, yeah, it can.
Yeah.
But if you know how, like, you gotta like know what the hell you're doing.
Also, the headsets aren't $250; they're $200
Okay.
and $150. So there's I guess the earbuds are $150 and the over the ear is
it's
$200.
the other way around. It's
Huh.
$150 for the over the ear and $200
Oh, is
for
it?
the earbud.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
But for me,
that is ridiculous.
yeah, it's a bit weird on the pricing, but for me, at this point, this device is not on my radar anymore as far as a purchase. Like, I already have a Steam Deck. I can do remote play on that if I use Chiaki, which is like an app. But I don't want to put my info for my PlayStation account, since a lot of that stuff tends to get hacked. I don't want to have it on a non PlayStation or Sony authorized app. So
Yeah, it should be native support, man. Should be native
yeah,
support.
to me, it would make more sense for Sony, instead of coming out with this device, which I hope it does well for them. But if not, it would have been so much better for them to make a PS app. It can work on your ROG Ally or your Steam Deck or any type of handheld device like that, where you can do the same thing that this does. Now, I know that they wanted to have the haptic feedback and all that good stuff. And, if you're not for this device, you probably already have a cell phone with a backbone or a Kishi or something to that effect. So, this
your
is
cell phone
special
yeah,
case
will last
use.
longer.
Yeah, it's not for me. I just hope they come to their senses at some point and support a PS app on Steam Deck or ROG Ally, because considering that they're now putting their games on PC, better way that I could have a Steam Deck, have the games natively, or I could stream it from my PlayStation when I'm on the road or something like that. That to me would make the most sense. That
They
to
don't
me
want that.
would
They want
move
you
forward.
to spend money. That's what they want.
Oh, I get they want me to spend money on hardware, but they make so much more money off of the games. And if you have an app like that,
Not if they make the hardware very cheap. Like, the Elusive Gamer in the chat was like, it's literally an $80 Android tablet. Like, that's literally what it is in the middle of the Portal. And he does his research. I don't doubt him when he says stuff like that. And like, he's
So
always
basically
on point with it.
glue a broken DualSense to the ends of a $80 tablet, and there you go.
There you go.
No, this is. I think this is a miss for. Well, it's a miss for me. I don't know if for other people, but to me,
Fuzzy,
they just
this
need to
is-
make
I'm
an official
concerned.
app for
Fuzzy.
other handheld devices and move forward.
I'm concerned when it comes to Sony and when it comes to PlayStation in terms of decisions they've been making, because I think it was good what they did with PC. I think they need to flesh that out more. In terms of kind of like going where the industry is going, it's like Sony sees it, but then they see it, and then they take a different turn. They like come back.
They see it. They're like, "That's a good idea,"
and then they U-turn it back into themselves. Yeah, they go right back into themselves. Like, yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah, separate ecosystem. Like, block everybody out. Like, they do it, and they do it half-assed. And I'm concerned because you see the way the industry is going right now. They really need to expand their thought process more. Like I said, I like what they did with PC, but they're not expanding, the way that the industry is right now. Yes, they're quote unquote number one, but damn, they're not reading the tea leaves right now, bro.
I honestly think that they just like to create hardware, man. Honestly, I think that's what it is.
Point.
They just want to create more hardware that you need in your house because they want you on one ecosystem, and it's just like, okay, whatever.
They you know what it is? They love having the hardware in the glass cases at the Sony headquarters building, and they want more of it. Like, they just need more hardware in glass cases to show what they've made throughout the generations. That's what they're proud of. That's what they want to do. You know what? We're gonna let them. You know why?
And then forget about it when it doesn't sell well.
Dude, we got to see what happens, man, because they're spending a lot of money on new hardware, research and development, all that good stuff, getting this stuff together. It might be cheap to put together, but all the research and development, all the money putting into it, they don't have Microsoft pockets, man.
I don't think it's that cheap to make, because if it's got like the full DualSense controller features on it, that thing's a pretty hefty controller, man. That thing is not cheaply made at all.
Okay. I mean, I've seen like the gear functionality and how it's made of plastic and all that good stuff. So you can, it is what it is, man. I don't know. I mean, I don't have one.
I mean, even the gears in the Xbox controller are made of plastic.
They got haptic feedback, because that's what the gears are.
They
for.
don't have haptic feedback.
That's what the gears are for.
They have gears in there in the controller. They have gears in the triggers, man. Okay. Of the Xbox. They're plastic. Doesn't mean it's cheaply made. That's all I'm trying to say. Is that you're making it seem like it's cheaply made because it's plastic, and usually, if it's a well-made plastic, then it's not cheaply made.
Okay, I'm taking that and my history with PlayStation and their controllers. So, like, you put it all together, man. I'm just saying, like, But guys, we got to talk about Gamescom before we get out of here. All right. We're gonna roll it all up in general. There's a lot of stuff said. Of course, there was an interview with Phil Spencer. I want to go through the panel here, and I want people to pick out.
My turn. I let everybody else go, remember?
Well, yeah, okay. I tried to give you your turn, so in my mind, as the moderator,
I wanted to hear fuzzies. That's all.
No, you wanted to get everybody else out of the way so you could just grab the mic and go off on a rant.
That's exactly what you wanted to do.
Sir, this show is about honesty, bro. You got to put it all out there, man.
And he says he never lies. He's like, I never lie.
Yeah,
I never lie, guys.
Never lies. That's
I honestly did want to hear his opinion.
Okay. So it was a half. It was a half lie.
He doesn't get what
it wasn't the only reason, but all right, go ahead, man. You got the spotlight. It's the PSP, the revival, man. What are your thoughts?
It's not even a PSP, dude.
I mean, literally, PlayStation Portable PSP. It's horrible though. It's horrible, man.
Oh my god, piece of shit for portable. But
piece of shit portable. Wow, that's not necessarily portable.
Okay, I'm gonna compare what Xbox can do with your phone or tablet. We're not gonna talk about the PC for cloud. With Xbox, you have two choices. You can go to the regular Xbox app, and all you got to do is hit the little console icon in the right corner. With the little wavy things in the top. And you can launch the games that you have on Xbox that are in your library, even the ones in your library, not just the ones on your screen. And it will launch that game that you own. You could be anywhere. As long as you got, a cell phone thing or a Wi-Fi thing. Me, I'm lucky. I have a SIM card in my tablet. So I can play it on my tablet. But then I'll have to bring my controller. I could play a game.
He used to brag about that all the time, by the
Native.
way, in an
I
Xbox Live
loved
party.
it. I could play on my phone with my Razer Kishi, with my SIM, not being connected to no Wi-Fi, with my console stream version that they're trying to imitate over there. I can, if I don't feel like that, I can play a Game Pass game that's in my subscription, and Sony has a subscription too. And you can play your games that are in your subscription. The $18 subscription that Sony has.
He's throwing the money, everything out there. Like that $18 one.
Yeah.
It's $17.99 actually, but
That's $18.
Isn't that with tax over $18?
I mean,
sir?
no,
No.
They don't.
So
They
what
don't.
is it?
They don't add a
I
couple.
mean, I'm just saying it's $17.99, which is 1 penny less. Okay, I'm just saying.
So when you go to the store and you see something that
Sir X-Men, sir,
$18.97.
dude, it's
What-
$18.
what are you
Don't
buying
see. You're
Thank
falling
you.
for it, man.
Charlie
You're
started it.
falling in the
Charlie
hole.
started it
You're
this time.
falling in the Optimus hole, man. Stop.
He falls for it every time. Dude.
Yeah,
It's
you
funny.
just
It's great.
he was about ready to explain himself for like ever. Like, no, this is why I'm right. All right, you shut up, Dark.
And Phil Spencer was on his thing. All he kept saying was, Rogue Ally. Rogue Ally. You can play all your Xbox games on the Rogue Ally.
Mm-hmm.
And he's making it seem like you can even play your regular Xbox games that you own on the Rogue Ally.
See, I don't know. I think you
There are
might be
some
putting
games-
words in his mouth right now. You need to chill with that, man. People are gonna leave the
tell
show
Phil
like, yo,
loves-
Sir X-Man
you
said
can
he said that.
You can tell Phil Spencer loves his Rogue Ally. As many times as he said that,
I mean, he has to.
Come
Like,
on
how many
now.
times is he taking trips all around the world, like Japan and Europe and shit like that? Of course, he loves it, man. That's where he gets,
but does he say that he brings a Nintendo Switch? He has a Nintendo Switch.
They haven't really come out with anything new in a while, though, man. So
Yeah, the last game was
Yeah.
Zelda, and that was about it.
So, Sony's not giving you capabilities. You don't even have to pay for a device. And you can play your games with just touchscreen. A lot of your Game Pass games with just touchscreen. And you get a lot more for just playing with a device that you already own. Haptic feedback, be damned. And here's another one.
he said,
You
"Fuck your
got those
feedback."
you got those little things, the controllers on the side. You can even put the Switch in your pocket. Parents got big pockets now, dude. I've seen people do it. How you gonna put that thing in your pocket? And if you sit on it with that small, thin screen, it's gonna break. Your phone will survive if you sit on it, but not that thing. And Sony, what happens if you break something? They ain't gonna reimburse you for it.
Damn. Holy shit.
Yeah. And a woman that has a purse that wants to carry it around, those controller tabs, the way they got the wings on them, they gonna snag some stuff.
Uh-oh.
You don't
pull it
think
out.
you
Sir
don't
X-Man, let
think
me
they'll make
find
a-
out you were cross-dressing, and that's how you know about them little
Oh,
tabs and
you
stuff in
You
your
don't
purse, man.
you don't think that they'll make a specialized case for it?
Wow, how much would they charge for it, Dark?
I don't know, but the new Xbox,
probably
the Series X covers are only $50, man. Those are nice.
it's probably gonna come with that device, like they
Did
did
they
with
say
the
it was gonna come with the device?
no, but they like they did with the DualSense Edge controller. They had a hard shell case for it, so I mean,
Why would
I
you have
wouldn't.
a
They
hard
did show
shell
it though
case?
from day one though.
That is true, huh? So
What'd you say,
that is
Fuzzy?
true. So yeah, they probably haven't come out with the case yet, but I'm sure they'll create a case for it.
And how long you think the battery is gonna last on that thing?
They're
Well,
aiming
since
for
it's not running
they're
natively.
aiming for the same. Hold
If
on,
you
they're
have
aiming
a
for the same
DualSense.
battery life as the DualSense.
Oh,
Well,
about
then,
hours.
yeah,
Are
it's
you
like
an hour and
about
a
6
half?
hours. No, 6 hours. Come on,
I
Three
got
hours.
4.
Stop it.
3 hours.
Playing
No,
I'm
No,
dead serious.
I can get 6 hours out of mine.
Yeah, you just got to
literally
shut
get
off all
6
the
hours.
features.
I have haptic on.
No.
Although I think
I have
it
everything
on a
on.
lower setting. And playing GT, I got 4 hours. That's anything else. It's like maybe 4.5 hours because it's already blinking on the one bar.
Wow.
I usually at that point it's time to charge them.
I will say this though, it does depend on the game though too.
Yeah.
That you're playing.
Yeah, it definitely
But
depends on.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
like with racing games, like you got the vibration. You know, if you're hitting the sides all the time, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. If you're making the controller shake a lot, that's going to use a lot of energy. You know what I'm saying? Like it does depend on the game, and it kind of depends. You know, especially with racing, how good of a like racer you are too. If you're a better racer, it's going to last longer.
I've played
I-
Forza Horizon on my phone with my Kishi. It looks good. You know, you get those little frame rate lines once in a blue moon, but it still runs smooth. Where I don't lose control of anything.
Yeah.
You know, it's just the distance stuff you lose every now and then, but it's still on time to what I'm doing. And I'm playing with people online with it. You're not going to be able to play online with that thing. Oh, yeah, most of their games don't have online. Could you imagine trying to play Call of Duty with that thing and the lag you're going to get?
I mean, if you're right next door to the room that your PS5 is, you should be fine.
I mean, if it's any indication as to how PS Plus plays PS3 games, then yeah, it'll be laggy as hell. But if it's like I don't know. We'll see when it comes out, man. You know, to be honest, we can't really definitively say that
Supposedly it's a
laggy.
low latency, you know, hookup with your system, all that good stuff. So, you know,
Then you just have to trust that that's the case.
I think there are bigger questions. I think when
Many
it
of
comes,
us
I
really
think
trust
hold
others.
on, man. I think when it comes to the performance, because it's anchored in such close proximity in terms of how they want you to use it, right? You use it the way they want you to use it. I don't think you got to worry about performance issues at that point. You know
All
what I'm saying?
I'm going to end it right here. Xbox, what they have is so much better natively where anybody could play on their device
Okay.
anywhere. Because PCs, I mean, phones are, most of these phones are more powerful than our consoles. Or just as powerful.
I mean,
So
yeah.
again,
I think
wouldn't
it's
necessarily
different
say
tech.
that.
It's different tech, man.
Yeah,
Because
it's
you're
different.
talking,
It's
you're
completely
talking like
different tech.
Snapdragon and stuff like that. When you're getting into mobile, they do both have SoCs. So I see what you're saying there, but
Right.
I still think that they are different tech when it comes down to it, man. They have their own categories and stuff.
they will run, but a phone will run a game better than what they're trying to do here. Because I'm sure this phone,
You don't know that though. You don't know that because the game hasn't the thing hasn't come out yet. We don't know anything like
Yeah,
that.
we haven't seen
unless this
any
thing is
hands-on
out.
or anything yet, right? Like
Yeah,
nobody.
we haven't had
no
any hands-on or
demonstrations.
nothing. There was
Yeah,
no
but if
demonstrations
this
or anything.
game- if this system had that kind of power, Sony would be bragging.
Dude,
it to
it's not the system that's
Not
playing the
necessarily.
game. Hold on, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not the Portal that's playing the game. It's the PS5 that's doing it. Like one of my things about this whole screen share, even Xbox to like your phones and stuff like that. I don't fully believe in it until you're able to use your console in a different fashion while you're streaming the game to a different screen. That's when I feel the technology is
I've been
formidable.
doing that. I've been doing that with consoles.
You can't do that. You can't
you
play
can.
net. Hold on. You cannot play Netflix on your Xbox while running a game and screen sharing like to a different screen. You can't do that.
No, that would be like a Chromecast thing. Why would I want to do that?
That's what I'm not saying you want to do. I'm saying that's when I feel the technology would actually be worth something is when somebody can use my Xbox to watch a movie. Because the way stuff is in my house, and I think we're going like really in like long on this topic, but the way that we do entertainment in my house, right? I have an Xbox downstairs. All the entertainment is through the Xbox. All right, I don't have like a cable box. I don't have a Fire Stick or anything. I use the Xbox for all that, right? So when it comes to this technology, it doesn't really do much for me, because if somebody's playing if somebody wants to watch Netflix in the living room, I wouldn't be able to screen share and play a game on my phone or anything right next to them, because the way that they have these things, the system can only do one thing at a time, even though you're using a different screen.
I've had somebody else on my Xbox while I was playing my game signed into me. I've done it. My son's been on my console and playing the game, you know, when we had console stream. I'm still able to do it because I signed in with my account. I'm able to do that.
But is he signed into his account when he's playing, or is he signed into yours?
Well, yeah, but he comes to mine, but I'm still signed in.
What do you mean?
Right?
Yeah, you didn't even answer the question. You said yeah.
I'm trying to answer. You're not giving me a chance. He signed into me in the background while I'm still signed in, but he's on his, on his account because
that's different. You can do that, yes. But what Bot's saying is that being on his account and somebody being on his account on Netflix. I don't
think what Sir X-Man is saying actually happened. I think it might have been a different Xbox. Because, like, I can do that. We're going really deep into it, but, like...
You're the one that brought up the Netflix stuff with Netflix.
Because you can't do that. Because you can't do it. I've tried. I've tried, sir.
I was at the auto dealer, and I was playing my console stream. No Wi-Fi. Did not have a problem. I was playing golf, dude, and having a good time.
That's... Oh, okay.
It worked.
All right. Well,
and
guys...
that's like 30 miles away, bro.
Guys, we are moving on, okay? We're moving on. Because real quick...
cloud gamer, remember?
Okay, we're moving on, Sir X-Man. Okay?
In other words, this system sucks.
Yeah, here we go. All right, because we haven't talked about Gamescom at all. I said we were trying to get out by like 9:30. See, you weren't actually in that DM, like the next podcast. You answered in GRG, or else you would have seen, because I believe you're in there. But when it comes to Gamescom, I had a lot of stuff said. So what I'm gonna do now to kind of like streamline the whole thing, we had Phil Spencer's interview. I believe there were release dates for games as well. Maybe not like the bigger multiplats. I believe Tekken actually, the next Tekken got its release date. There was stuff like that in there. A game I'm excited about, Party Animals, got.
I knew you would be excited for that,
dude. I cannot wait to play that game. I cannot wait.
I knew,
dude. I'm a Game Beast fan.
Game.
Yeah, hell yeah, yo, dude. And I hope and pray that everybody on the panel, it's a Game Pass game. Download it, man. I would love for the entire panel to play a game like that. Even if we stream it or something, like, I think that would be great, man. We'd go in and tear up the shit, man. But anyway, so we got that. Of course, we got Phil Spencer's interview as well. We got Pete Hines' interview. Just the whole kind of like flood in terms of Starfield and Xbox at Gamescom. To me, it felt like an Xbox takeover of Gamescom. I thought it was a genius idea that they didn't kind of let go of that conference, that convention, because I really feel like they owned it this year. But I want you guys to pick kind of like your most the most significant part of Gamescom. Whether it was something that Phil Spencer said, something that Pete Hines said, something. I want like your biggest takeaway. When I say Gamescom 2023 and all the stuff that happened, this is the first thing that you say that you remember about what happened this week. So, I'm going to start with Dark, man. I feel like Dark didn't get enough of the mic tonight. I feel like I should really start with you on this one. So, Dark, everything when it comes to Gamescom, like, pull one of your more important things and let us know what it was, man.
Seeing more of Jusant, and then getting a release date for
Jusant.
October 31st.
Is that the climbing game?
That's the climbing game, dude. The
I'm
one that
actually
I've been
interested
like
in that now. I'm actually
adamant, dude. I already pre-installed that damn thing, dude. I'm ready, dude. I'm ready for it.
You know what caught me? You know what caught me with that?
Can't get here a little fast enough, but what?
You know what caught me with that game? Like seeing the new gameplay. I feel like it's a different perspective to look up and have to go there instead of looking forward all the time. I feel like you're seeing things at a different angle, and it makes an entirely new experience.
Yeah. And I'm excited for it, and plus it's Don't Nod, so I mean they make some fantastic games. So I'm absolutely excited for it. I cannot wait for that game. I mean, I did see the Phil Spencer stuff. I didn't want to. There was like a few things that he said that I was like, oh okay, you know, like no. I think that was with Dustin Legary. That wasn't even on.
He was all over the place. He was with like.
Yeah, he was definitely all over the place.
So it's kind of like everything in general. It's kind of like where Phil Spencer was for the last few days, and he said a lot within everything. Man.
He did. He definitely did, and he had. I actually agree with him on the whole mid-gen refreshes of consoles and stuff. I think it's just completely. I mean, he didn't say it's completely stupid, but he said, he basically was saying like, we want to give developers the chance to, to really utilize the consoles to their full potential, right? Basically. So I think I actually like that. I think Sony should do the same thing. I don't think they need a mid-gen refresh, to be honest. I mean, there's not really any games that are coming out on the PlayStation 5 that are pushing that console to the brink of its potential. So,
especially when you see the games that came out on PS4, and you look at like the differences, it's like like the games on PS4, again graphically. The devs at PlayStation, you look at Naughty Dog, Sony Santa Monica, like graphically, these devs are insane, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they haven't made that leap from PS4 to PS5. There's no way with what they've shown so far.
No, and that's why I think it's so weird as to, I know it's just rumors. It's not actually anything set in stone as to
pretty
that they
solid
are actually
as of right now.
Solid as of right now, but I think if they did a mid-gen refresh, it would just be a waste, man, because to be honest, like the last game that came out for the PlayStation, the not this year but last year, the last game that it was God of War Ragnarok, right? And that doesn't seem that long ago.
Yeah,
right, that doesn't seem that long ago. And then all of a sudden, like in 2024, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, we have a new mid refresh. Like that doesn't make any sense. Like you literally took 1 year to make like 2 games on the PS5, and then all of a sudden, like in 2024, you're only gonna maybe have like 3, and then you're gonna have a pro version of the PS5. That's ridiculous. That's completely dumb. So I understand that there are people that are like, well, we need it because of the Series S and all this stuff, and it's like, oh my god, like I saw so much crap today on Twitter about that with what Phil Spencer said. I was just like, I literally wanted to go through my phone and slap every single one of them in the face and be like, you are a freaking idiot, because here's the thing. I own a Series S and I own a Series X, right? I actually bought a Series S like about a week ago, just because I wanted to have another Xbox in my household. And I played games. I played some games on the Series S, and I was like, this looks fine. This looks great. Like this isn't.
Yeah.
I don't see any issue. Like I don't understand it, dude. I really don't. But it is
the first time
is.
I played Watch Dogs was it Legion on the Series S, and like it had ray tracing, everything, ray trace reflections, stuff like that on the Series S. That shit looked amazing, bro. I was
and
like,
it looked good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
It's like people are like, well, games are just getting more and more demanding. No, gamers are getting more and more demanding for stupid freaking features that we don't ever use or even give a crap about.
Yeah, they're cashing in on buzzwords. They're investing in
Right.
on buzzwords, but you know what that's going to mean to the consumer? To me, it's looking like it means like they're going to introduce a $700 console, and that's
ridiculous.
and that's the low point for what like the rumored is like spec wise, you know, like true 8K and all that good stuff. Like,
Right.
you know, if you look at the components needed for all that, lowballing is a $700 system. Lowballing. All right. So yeah, I think that's gonna be. That's like a dark cloud in the horizon right there. Like that fleshes out to be true. It's gonna be an issue for Microsoft and PlayStation, bro.
And that's freaking ridiculous, dude. Why would you? I'm sorry, but I'm not going to spend. Honestly, I think even $500 for a console is like cutting it like really close to the.
They just
teeth,
made
right?
it. They just made it with that.
Yeah, they just made it with that, right?
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden they want to make a console that's $700. Get the hell out of here, dude! No way, absolutely not. I know it's just you know we're just speculating here. We're not really actually. We don't know have any.
Yeah, I'm
proof
trying
or
to use
anything,
common
but-
sense to get the price.
Right, common
you know
sense.
what I'm saying?
Right, common sense
did
to
I
get the
miss?
point out. Oh, you missed
wait,
everything.
What happened here? Who's this? Who is this?
They evaded the topic and moved on to other topics that didn't.
Oh,
relate
somebody
to
salty.
the-
Somebody swimming in the ocean. That's
Yep,
salt
somebody.
water.
Because Xbox spend it all in another direction again, but he's the host. I can't say nothing.
No, you can't. You can't. The moderator. You know what I'm saying? I got the reins. Nah. K-Mega, our brother Sir X-Man kind of started wandering off. He was. What he was doing? He was taking the Dark Optimus bait and starting to like defend
Yeah, that
himself.
was fun.
Really?
That was fun.
He was.
How you doing, Fuzzy?
You
Hey, Fuzzy,
remember
how you doing, man?
K Mega? You remember on JRG when Sir X-Men looked like he was heading for the pearly gates?
Oh, yeah,
That's kind of how it felt with him just talking tonight.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Yo, Mega, what up, man? How you doing, bro?
Man, I'm doing all right. My apologies. There was two factors. One, they were doing maintenance on our internet, and so they said that it wasn't going to be up until around like maybe 10 o'clock tonight. So then, like, the family was like, "Hey, why don't we just go out to eat and just hang out because my birthday's tomorrow." And so I was like, "All right, cool. It's whatever because I mean the internet's out. I can't do nothing." And then I completely lost any track of anything, and so we was out there eating and stuff, and then having a couple of drinks, and then I was coming back, and I said, "Oh shit, it's 8:04." I said, "Oh shit," and my wife was like, "Oh, I was going to bring it up. Was you going to try to do next podcast?"
Yeah, I was going to bring it up. I was going to bring that up, but
and I was like, "Oh shit!" So yeah, I completely But anyway,
Miss
my bad.
Mega out there, I
So-
appreciate the thought. Next time,
Yeah, but you see,
might want to express it verbally a little quicker. Thank you.
Yeah. She was wanting to spend time with her husband. So
Yo, you know what's funny?
Anyway, so
you know what's
yeah,
funny?
yeah.
It's all good because our special guest, it was weird. Just a little while ago, he was talking about how much more professional the show seems right now. Like he couldn't put a finger on it. I didn't know.
Nice.
But yeah, Fuzzy, man, he was just singing praises real quick about how fluid and professional.
He was
the
actually
show was.
wondering how come Sir X-Man is still here.
That's what I was
we
trying to
gotta
think. How can-
we gotta check his pulse.
X-Men at the same time.
No.
That don't coordinate very well. But okay, we'll let you have it.
Fuzzy, I'm so glad you're used
What's
to
going
us,
on with you,
man.
Fuzzy?
I am so
Yeah,
glad you're
man.
used to us. yo.
No, no, too much right now.
And I appreciate you, Fuzzy. You're a brother. I had no idea. It's fantastic.
I had no idea.
Yeah,
either.
you got like an extra 3 respect points from K Mega, man. I like.
You was at 8.
When you thought you were a white guy, you were like
did. I
at like
thought you were a white guy.
a 6. But when you were,
I was it's a solid 8. Like I was like, that's a cool ass white dude. Every time I talk to Fuzzy, you ever see his post? I'm like,
Well,
that's a cool ass dude. And then I see
you're definitely better in his eyes. 'Cause
Oh,
I'm
he
like
just
a
got
2
cut
with
off
his
real
eyes.
quick.
So-
Yeah. Thank goodness his mic got cut off. You know what I'm
Discord
saying?
said,
The
"Fuck
gaming
you,
guys.
man." He's
Yeah,
like, "I
so,
don't want to hear
Well,
that."
all I was saying is that
He was disorderly.
I'm a 2 to him. I'm a 2 to K Mega. So
Oh, you're giving yourself too much credit. You're -2.
Wow.
Anyway, I'm sorry, man. Go ahead if whatever your topic was. Let me go ahead. I'm
Yo,
I'm
K
here,
Mega,
though. I'm
not for
sorry.
anything, but
Yeah.
all the disasters that happen over on the West Coast, man, you shouldn't talk that way to Dark. You never know. It might
I
be the
know.
last words you ever say to him before he sinks into the Pacific, brother. I'm just saying.
man.
Just saying. Before you
No
know
problem.
it.
we had a hurricane
Come on.
and we had an earthquake.
Yeah.
know, yeah.
At the
Same
same
day.
time. Same
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
time, yo. Holy shit, man.
yeah.
That's a sign to move. That's a sign I'm getting the hell out of there, man. Anyway.
Man, shut the fuck up.
But he just loves the weather. It's what it is. It's like it's almost constant weather, except
It
for
really is
the rare
what it is.
hurricane. You know.
Yeah.
But let's see, yo, K Mega, we're talking Gamescom. Yo, I'm asking people on the panel kind of like pull like their key point out and talk about that. We're streamlining a little bit because we got hung up on the the revival of the PSP.
Oh, come on now. Don't disrespect the PSP like
No,
that.
I think they did it by giving this portal that what did they call that? It's not an anagram, right? No. What
The acronym?
acronym? There we go. See, I was close. I was close. It was an A. That acronym, like they did it injustice, man. That like not us, bro, not us. But now we got into Gamescom, and again, pulling that one point, we were kind of streamlining it, and get into the outros and stuff like that after that. So, sit back, relax. You'll hear a couple people get you in on this. Let's see. Let's go. I went Dark first. So let's go Fuzzy on this one. Fuzzy, again. A lot of stuff happened with Gamescom. Just pick one. I do like where Dark has a tendency to pick something that I didn't even think about, and he did that again tonight. I appreciate that, bro.
You're welcome.
And you let me be able to say I'm hyped for that game now too. But Fuzzy, what was a major point to you that you want to talk about when it comes to Gamescom, man?
For the most part, the big thing that stood out for me was Forza being playable. Originally, I think they didn't make mention of it being playable. They were going to have it as like a theater experience, much like they did for Starfield. But having that playable was pretty exciting, as far as knowing that some people got to do hands-on as far as the Builders Cup on Magello and stuff like that. But that was one of the standouts. Before they even really kicked off Gamescom, the night show thing, the opening night, we got to see the live trailer or the live action trailer for Starfield, which builds up that excitement.
That was
no matter
awesome.
of, like, what,
There's so
like
much
5 or
hype
6
for that
days.
game right now, dude. There's so much hype,
it's like
man.
another 5 or 6 days we get to play it. They had a cool chair there that probably cost more than a lot of rigs out there.
More
and
than
stuff.
life itself.
It was a cool looking chair if you wanted to go full out and do a widescreen with a Tempur-Pedic kind of space chair type of deal.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool, but still,
$1,000. $999 that chair is.
it's not that bad then. I figured with it being like a space like chair, I thought that thing was going to be in the thousands or something.
Oh, hold up, real quick, K Mega. Just to let you know, the gameplay going on right now, that's that $2 GTA 1 and 2
Right.
type game.
Yeah.
Nice.
Go ahead, Fuzzy. My bad. I had to let him know because we were talking about it last week after the show. So
No, but hearing Phil Spencer, giving interviews and things like that to a lot of the press out there, straightening up some stuff, clarifying things, talking about various things. Even Pete Hines talking about various things about Starfield and kind of like what a lot of us I think expected. This game is going to be pretty much a life sync at this point. With
my son thinks I'm going to hate
of
the game.
hours.
My son thinks I'm going to hate Starfield, yeah. And I think he's just saying that because I'm not playing Destiny 2.
No, but it's almost like Christmas Eve with a lot of these games coming out and some other games making appearances there. Like We got some more info for Stalker 2. We got some more info.
Yeah,
about,
2024.
Oh, that looks thick, dude. That's Stalker too. I like that.
Yeah, Phil Spencer can't play that game for nothing on a mouse and keyboard. I saw him try, and he instantly died, yo. Instantly. I gotta call it out, man. I got to.
No, but it's like Christmas Eve for games right now, and it's going to be a hard couple of months here for the fact that I'm going to enjoy Starfield, and then I got to kind of put that on the back burner a little bit to make room for Forza, and then you got other games coming out in the meantime, like Party Animals. I know you made mention of it earlier. It was one that I was looking forward to. City Skylines is another one that I'm
Fuzzy, I'm recruiting you. I'm
2.
recruiting you already.
Don't get him on City Skylines.
City Skylines, no doubt. I don't know if they have co-op on that. That would be awesome if they had co-op on that. But no, Party Animals, Fuzzy. I'm already. You're penciled in on my crew. That's it. It's done deal.
No, but it's almost like another E3, and them talking about how they're going to have to, make more appearances at shows for a lot of the stuff that's in the pipeline now. Before it was like, even if you look back at 2022 or even before that, like last gen, it was like, oh, we might get a game or two each year. Now it's like, well, we got 4 first-party ones guaranteed just about, and maybe a couple of side project ones or ones that, were on PC first coming out a little bit later in the mix. So it's like, it's just I wouldn't say the floodgates just yet, but it is a pretty stacked,
It's the beginning.
Year coming. And I think Phil spilled the beans on like Hellblade 2 possibly being first quarter next year. So yeah, it's going to be a busy,
so is Stalker 2, which is crazy. Like if both of those games come out in 2024 in the first quarter, oh my god, dude.
Well, they can do that. You know why? Because like that is third party timed exclusive, right? So they put in that little amount of money in terms of making that timed exclusive, but then the other one is your first party funded by your wallet. You know what I'm saying? So that it makes sense. They can come out at the same time. Again, I think
that's true.
With how many studios that Xbox has, you can no longer look at it in the traditional manner because there are going to be so many. There are so many games in the pipeline now, big, small, indie size up to the AAA.
So they could totally do that where they have like an out at the same time.
You cut out. They can do what at the same time?
I said they could do like an indie title and a AAA title at the same time, come out at the same.
Or you get that timed exclusive with the first party coming out around the same time. It just gets everybody involved in the ecosystem. You know what I'm saying? Whether you play that or this, they're both coming out around the same time. Take your pick.
Ooh, I'm about to download Age of Empires too.
They have Age of Empires 4 as well.
Yes,
that one just hit. And Age of Empires 2 is like a remastered classic. So.
I mean, yeah.
Well, that's another example right there. I know.
Download that right now.
Like we got basically again 2 of them are remasters of old games. I get you that, but we had 3 shadow drops this year on Xbox as well. You look at Hi-Fi Rush, you look at Quake, and you look at Age. Right, like that. Yeah. Nobody ever expected that. And they just came out like, oh yeah, by the way, you play that today.
It wasn't it Quake 1 and 2 that came out, so I guess technically 4.
Okay, if you want, okay. I mean,
Age of Empires 3. That's what it is. Oh no, there's 4 right there.
People call me a fanboy on Twitter, but when it comes down to it, you see how I lowball things a lot. Like I don't add that. Like that's enough right there. Like to say, hey, 3 shadow drops. What other company and in what year did they have 3 shadow drops in a year? Like
which Quake 2 actually holds up really well. So
I see a lot of people streaming that.
The gameplay feels great. It feels really good.
Awesome.
Yeah, it feels.
It still feels good. Yeah, dude.
I think it's just a lot of people want an updated one, and
yes,
I have to believe they're working on something in the background. They just haven't announced it yet. So
give me a Quake.
At least figure put that
my
out,
favorite Quake
remaster.
Quake 3 Arena. Give me that one redone, and I'll be happy. That's me personally. I know it's not the most popular one or anything like that, but that was the first Quake I got into, and that was the first time I shot a rocket launcher, and you literally saw it light up the hallway going all the way down. The first time I ever saw that, like, and I was hooked right then and there. I was like, yeah, you're going to see this coming. It was great, man. Absolutely. But, dude, I love where we're going with these things, man. Let's see. Next on the list, let's see. I got Dark. Sir X-Man. Sir X-Man, again, a lot of stuff was being talked about. You know, you got the Starfield. I feel like this was an Xbox takeover of Gamescom. I thought, again, it was a great idea marketing-wise to really embrace Gamescom and go in there, because I feel like a lot of people came out there saying, like, Xbox is Gamescom this year. But what was a key point that you want to talk about, bro?
The sweet, beautiful, green hair dyed today, Charlie.
It's yellow hair, sir. See, now she
Yeah, she's got
But
yellow.
some people were saying it was green.
no,
But it
she
was
gonna be mad
green.
now, man. See, like you're trying to flirt in a very passive third person way,
Dude,
and
I will steal Charlie from her husband. I'm sorry.
see, I knew it.
When I saw that woman for the first time years ago, I was like, she perfect. That's my type of woman.
I don't think she's gonna want your quadriplegic ass. All right, I'm
Oh
just saying.
damn, bro! Did he just call you Christopher Reeves, bro? I think he did.
I hate you, dog. But nah, I saw something today in the show where I was like impressed. Armored Core 6. I want to play Armored Core 6.
That's got some
that
hype
was the
behind
only
it too,
thought.
man. That really does. Low key.
Man, it looks so good, dude. I want to play that.
I want to play it too, but there's so much stuff coming out that I'm like, that's got to be in the
Remember,
back burner.
Phil Spencer in one of his interviews saying a lot of people didn't pay attention that we got 85 games in the pike within the next year to come out. 85 games. You know, that's going to include indies and whatever.
Oh, that's indies, multiplats, that's timed exclusives, that's everything. Everything on the board, yeah.
That's a lot of games. So,
Yes.
for them to say we don't have no games,
I was just thinking that. When you said that's a lot of games, I was like, sir, you are lying. We have no games.
Yeah, no games. What are you talking about?
yeah,
What
that's
are you
like
talking
Nigga
about?
don't play no games, right?
Exactly. And Bot doesn't play games. He plays
All he
Netflix
plays
all
is
the time.
football.
That's all he does.
No,
Just plays Netflix.
No,
I don't even have a Netflix subscription.
And
That's
maybe
the funny part.
and maybe even YouTube a little bit here. and there,
YouTube.
you know?
I'm on YouTube and Disney Plus. Those are my non-gaming entertainment right there. YouTube and Disney Plus, man.
I'm done though. You can go to Big K, Mega.
Big K.
Big K.
Baller K, get your mouth right.
Mega, what you playing, man? I know you're playing something. What
You
playing?
ain't Slim Mega yet. You
I'm
still big
slimmer.
Mega.
I'm Slimmer Mega, baby. Get it right, bro.
Latino.
Guys, I want to let you know. I don't know if I didn't see it on Twitter or anything, but there are new backgrounds available for your Xbox as well. I saw the Madden one. It's got Alan just chilling there in the snow. Like
Trash
that.
can't get it.
That's awesome, huh?
The trash.
Yeah, there's no way I would put Allen on my freaking.
I'm not putting
console,
Allen on
ever.
my console.
From the Buffalo Bills, you don't
Absolutely not.
like him as a quarterback? That dude is
He's not-
nasty, bro.
He's not a champion.
Yeah, he's not a champion.
If it's Stafford or Donald or
Exactly.
Donald?
Cooper Kupp.
I see.
You know what I'm
Okay, now I see what's going on. Never mind.
Champions.
Haters.
Man likes who he likes, bro. Get over it. Damn.
Okay, but
How we
ask my
hating?
question.
Too bad
Yeah.
the Rams aren't gonna meet up with the Giants this year. It would be a
Giants?
The Giants ain't got nothing.
Okay,
The
all right,
Giants
it's all
ain't
good.
got
It's all good.
nothing.
All right, Mega.
They'll lose again.
Mega, let
Yes,
me
sir.
bring it back because we could talk about sport. I should do a sports show on here. I know you were thinking about doing one on your channel as well, man. Dude, there's so much sports energy in the community as well. So, but anyway, just pull a main thing out. Like, I know one of the things Phil Spencer talking about the head of to Activision. When they were talking about how he doesn't like the whole Game Pass subscription and stuff like that. They're like, we're talking about different people making decisions. In other words, he just reiterated that dude is out. All right.
Right.
For other people, you know Christopher Hart out there. He's like, yeah, it looks like he's gonna stay and all that good shit. There are people out there trying to say that Bobby was gonna stay there afterwards. No, as soon as they
I
can,
love you, Bot, but what does that got to do with K-Mega answer this question?
as soon as they can, he's out. All right. So, well, that was a quick example. That wasn't that quick. You know how it is, man.
Right, go ahead. Give me asking the question. Yeah, go ahead.
But yeah, like I pull an important part out of Gamescom this year, and we could talk about it, man. What do you got for us?
Okay, there was a couple of things. I really enjoyed the smaller show that they did after Jeff Keighley's show. I enjoyed Jeff Keighley's show as well. But
That dude is a horrible host, man. I'm sorry, that dude.
I thought he did a bang up classic job, classy job when those guys stormed the stage.
He did, yeah.
You know what
He
I'm saying?
definitely kept it professional on that
He
one.
still kept it professional and kept it moving. So I listen. I can't. He's okay. You know what I'm saying? Yes, his shows. He wants his shows to be E3. They will never be E3, but the man is still holding up gaming to a high regard. Like, I mean, he has to get his props for that. But you know what I'm saying? But I can't co-sign and say that he's horrible.
He seems so
he's
fake,
very
man.
biased.
That's the only. I think
Yeah.
he seems so fake, man. And when you're up there as the host and you're the one talking the most, if you're the one that seems the most fake out of everybody there, it just bothers me, man. That's me personally. My bad, Meg.
I mean, that's how we feel about you.
Oh,
Yet you're still here. Yet you're still here, Dark. That's weird, man. Why?
I mean, ain't got nowhere else to go, man.
Well, you're always accepted here, even with the blasphemy that you
got
talk,
GRG,
man.
but that's only on Fridays, so you know.
Yeah, and we'll see if we have a show tomorrow or not. You know, that's birthday, and I'm already having people that say they want to do stuff.
It's all right if you don't, man. It's okay.
Yeah,
it's all good
so but
if you don't.
I'm gonna be gone for a couple of weeks, so I don't know. Anyway, well, that's not either here. Stay on topic. What you just mentioned was the biggest thing for me overall. What Phil Spencer said in regards to about Bobby Kotick, because when I heard it, I posted it immediately. Like, I mean, I heard it and I was like, oh my God! Like, he made it clear. Bobby Kotick has no say-so of anything that happens with Activision.
Yeah, the honeymoon dead up over, bro. Honeymoon dead up over. It wasn't even started, man. Like they business wise, like and then get the fuck out.
Right, and then it's just come to the point to where even like Bobby Kotick's like I want to get my money and move on. Also, there was questions that were asked from multiple people that was like, look, is Bobby Kotick skills going to stay on the board in some way, shape, or form, capacity? You know, is he going to have some influence or anything? Nah, he's gone. He's not. He's not going to be a part of anything that's going on. He's going to get his paper. He's going to get his paper, and he's going to move around. And also too, the way Xbox maneuvered to make sure that and I don't know if you talked about this earlier, but the way that they maneuvered to get the CMA to where they have no choice but to comply. They're trying to, they could try to.
They're giving the streaming in that region to Ubisoft, right? That's what.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Christopher Hart tried to claim it was worldwide, like they're getting rid of the cloud, like and giving it all to Ubisoft, and I'm like, you're fucking crazy.
No, when they said, when it came out there where they said that they were going to kind of put cloud in the back burner, but still keep cloud, of course, because xCloud is still a part of their plans in the future, but they see the AI is really taking off. Let's go ahead and put our resources on AI and then gaming. And then this also means, because it all culminates to even for what he just said, it's just also putting in the point in the perspective that he is also going to be all in on the consoles. So when people keep asking, well, Xbox is going to be gone and by the next generation or here in a couple of years and this and that, that's just another one of those narratives that stands have been trying to hold on to make Xbox gamers feel nervous or panicky or start having division amongst each other because some of them listen to too many stands and they think that what they say makes sense. None of this shit makes sense anymore. Phil Spencer has made the point, and he shows he's a gamer. He shows that Bobby Kotick is not in charge. He's in charge, and the Game Pass is a full steam ahead. Consoles is full steam ahead. Series S isn't going anywhere. And for everything that he has been, except for the VR aspect of it, everything that he's crossed the T's and dot the I's. I don't know what else people would want from Phil Spencer except for, I guess, every game to drop to be a 90 plus Metacritic so they can have another bragging point, or I guess consoles to be on the same par as PlayStation or the Switch. Those things don't matter. It's about what Xbox has done from going from last gen to this gen, and it is night and day. And he has put everything in front of the gamer to now, like, look, you asked me to do this and I'm doing it, while the competitor, the market leader, keeps on shitting on their fan base and giving them what they want them to have. So the choice is yours. We're giving you value, we're giving you choices, we're giving you options. We don't care about if the console being at the forefront when we pretty much have a huge market in PC. We promote PC, we promote cloud gaming, we promote you putting your stuff on Steam Deck or the Rogue Ally on TVs. You can play anywhere you want to. Plus, we have these other features like play anywhere, all this other stuff. So when you're over here bitching about split screen, a 2008 feature, you have so many other.
That argument failed so
Been
bad.
holding that in all week, dude. Even holding that.
Bro, like you have so many other alternatives to where you can play a game. If you need to have somebody sit somewhere with you, fine. If they don't have if they don't
Play
have
a different
PC
game
in the same room, well, no. They can play the same game without paying a dime. They can They could a game share. And then and then that person, if they don't have a computer, a PC nearby, they can have a laptop. If they don't have a laptop, then they can use their phone. If they don't have a phone, then then they can go ahead and they can try. They could have hopefully, well, they can use a TV. I'm sure that there's so many options to play games and play the same games together. You don't have to be in the same room together. I mean, if you want to, you have an option. And if you don't have any of those options and split screen is the only way, then maybe you shouldn't be buying a $500 console, because most likely you ain't having a 4K television. You might not have all the amenities to enjoy your gaming, your gaming situation. So I think it's kind of crazy to me when people
even with that, K-Mega, you know how you're saying with the split screen, the screen, like the resolution and the pixels and everything diminish when you go into split screen anyway. So like, I don't understand why people still want that to this day.
But they still want 4K.
It makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, they still want 4K,
Right.
but they want their split screen too. But it's like you do realize that like you're not gonna, you know how much that would cost to get full on 4K in both split in both of those screens.
Can I say something real quick? Can I say something real quick on the split screen thing? First off, most of the popular games that are couch co-op actually just do one screen. When you look at like like Battletoads or something like that, they're usually beat 'em ups. That's in today's day and age. You look at the multiplayer that's localized. That's the more popular ones anyway. When it comes to split screen, that is a feature and art form that's kind of going away, almost like non-existent today. Like when you get like local split screen co-op, that's almost like a whoa moment. Like, oh shit, like I didn't even expect that type situation in today's day and age when it comes to gaming. And it's funny how that argument absolutely failed on social media anyway. So
I'd like to put the PlayStation people in their place right now. You may be getting with this deal new Xbox games that are up for ABK that are not cloud gaming. I mean, that are cloud gaming, but you will not get new digital games. They can be exclusive on Xbox. The only way you can play that game will be in the cloud because of the deal. It doesn't say anything about Microsoft giving their new IPs to any other console unless they want to. So those games can stay exclusive on Microsoft.
Right.
So
and they will now. And they will now. And they will. And that's what's crazy thing. Now with COD is a different story because they got the 10-year deal.
Right.
But everything else after COD, if
Xbox
wants to
digital.
It would be exclusive to Xbox and PC if they choose to. It's you know what I'm saying? And so and that's right there. And so so when people say, well, PC,
you know what they're saying, K Mega? They saying we getting all Xbox new games now.
That's what they're saying, but they don't. They don't even listen. They say anything. There's people that tell you that like there should never be a Series S. Xbox needs to discontinue Series S. But I guarantee you, how many? But this is the big thing.
They want to discontinue because that's the most popular Xbox, man.
Right, and on top of that, like. How will they all talk when the PlayStation Slim comes, which will be a cheaper version? How will they defend that? Like, I mean, because if you keep on trying to defend the fact that, well, PlayStation they'll have this, they'll have now. I do feel that the PlayStation Slim will be $400. It'll take the place of the discless PlayStation. They are not going to go as low as $300. But if they do go as low as $300, then you know that thing is going to have some limitations, just like the Series S. And my main factor behind that is what I was going to say was that, think about this for a second. You got people that want all these damn demands, and then they're the people that most likely buys the Series S. What kind of shit does that make? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, okay, so you want what the $500 console does, but you pay $300. But $300, and the only thing in the market that is it's more popular, but anything in the market that's comparable to the Series S is nothing. There's nothing else in the gaming market that is comparable to the Series S. Nothing. The Switch, those handhelds that's out there, those PC handhelds, nothing. You know what I'm saying? The PlayStation 4, nothing. Nothing is comparable to what the Series S is. So that's what the thing. That's the thing that blows my mind is that, look, show me a $300 console that can play next gen's games, and that some of those games can actually run at 120 frames.
You even got $1,200 PCs that aren't as powerful as the Series S. They're out there and they have them.
Dude,
it's pretty banana.
If anything, from what we've seen performance-wise and everything with the Series S, and this is the nail in the coffin when it comes to this whole argument.
I hope you show them all. Okay, man.
You look at the performance going out. The only thing that has ever been a real hiccup has been split screen. Right?
Yeah. That
being said, that hardware, for some rhyme or reason, has a problem with local split screen. That's not the end of the world, since the majority of the games that are out there that are being developed, that we're playing, don't have that feature to begin with. Okay, so
I think it's bullshit.
It's really a non-existent thing. You look at the performance throughout all the other titles that have run on the Series S, and you can see a baseline performance model, and it's not bad at all, especially for the price point. So you put that all together and you look at what the problem is, you point it to one basic feature that has come up, and that is the split screen. So unfortunately, that hardware
PCs that are playing split, they got split screen on their game.
I said when there is an issue. When there is an issue, that seems to be the thing. Now, it could be that the developers are not using all of the tools at their disposal to free up as much memory to be able to put in other features like that into their game, right?
No, they're scared of Starfield. I'm telling you. Their game is not going to get no play because of Starfield. And they're scared of that. So they pushed it back to get out of the Starfield limelight. That's the way I feel.
I think they were really having an issue.
I've been saying that on every show I've been on lately. That's what I feel.
I got you, bro. Yo, bro, like, trust me, I have a tinfoil hat in my room perfectly fitted for my head. I'm just not putting it on at this point in time for this topic of what you said, all right?
I will say something to that with what K Mega was talking about, with the 120 frames per second and stuff like that. But a lot of people don't realize, like, in order to really get that, you have to have the TV to do it, right? Like, you have to have certain things to do it, right? Like, you can't just do it just because the console can do it, right?
No.
Like, you need certain things. So, and then with Baldur's Gate 3, it's like, it made sense that, they didn't want to come out with a freaking broken product. Like, who wants to do that? No one wants to do that. They definitely were.
So many devs have gotten used to doing that, though.
but that's the thing with them. They didn't want to do that, and they didn't want to do that to the Xbox community, so they delayed it. And now it's still coming out this year. It's still gonna. Like I said, I think I even said on GRG last week that it was either going to come out this year or it was going to come out early of next year, and luckily it's coming out probably at the end of this year, which it will probably be in like December or maybe late November when it'll come out. So, we're gonna see it on Xbox too. It's like another nail on the coffin.
Wouldn't it be juicy if it came out when Spider-Man came out?
Oh man, that would be an interesting.
That would be a great conversation on social media.
That would be
the Sony extremists be like, "Oh man, I don't know what's gonna happen. They're both releasing the same day. I mean, you guys were champion at Baldur's Gate 3. Oh my!
I'll be playing Spider-Man 2.
Of course,
you will.
I mean, but that's the thing, because I brought this up to I brought that point up to Nick, and because he was over here talking about, oh man, he's like, this Chief, this is the Series S is holding back. Listen, and I'm like, I talked to developers about this. I was like, just because you take a sound clip or something, that doesn't mean that you're right about it. Talk to a developer and then listen to it. And it's not only just Don, it's other developers I've talked to and I've asked the question, because what I'm saying, love Don to death, but Don is not the all-knowing, what I'm saying? So I get it. And then the developers will say the same thing. Like, they'll break things down. They all have different type of terminology, and then they start getting to the point of where they start talking, and then they get into that developer jargon, and then I'm like, okay, I don't know what the hell you're saying now, but
right, yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But that's the thing to me that really just trips me out, is that if this game did, if Baldur's Gate did have the opportunity to come out when Spider-Man came out, then what will the stand's defense be then? Because since they were so hyped up about this game coming out around Starfield,
what it's going to be. You know what it's going to be. It's going to be like, it's an old game. It's an old game. We're playing Spider-Man 2. Who gives a shit, right? Like, that's what it's going to be.
But it's Spider-Man.
That's the question that I asked. Are you going to be playing
it's like, it doesn't matter.
Spider-Man?
It doesn't matter what comes to Xbox. It doesn't matter what happens. They're still going to be upset about
It's funny you say that. It's funny you say that because Starfield is the first game that has broken through that wall. Really. First big game that these haters have thrown everything at it, and I know they're not done because the game's not out yet, and then even after the game's out, but they have thrown everything at it. And you look at the hype out there, you look at even how many people that are buying Xbox Series X's now. You look at that whole percentage is up like crazy.
I literally bought a Series S just to put it in a different room, just in case if I wanted to play it.
Right. You're an example right there. You're an example right there. And it's like,
literally,
these people are trying so hard to kill this hype, and it's not working. And you look, dude,
Starfield is a 10-year game. It is not a 60 to 50-hour game like Spider-Man.
Well, no, and
that's the longevity.
Sir X-Man, you actually just touched on what I was going to say next, because with hearing everything you guys are saying, right? Definitely agree. The conversation has been awesome. my biggest
What are you trying to
takeaway,
say,
my
Doctor?
Sir X-Man, my biggest takeaway. He is on fire. He's just going right over everybody. Like it's been like that constantly all night tonight, yo. But yo, it's cool. I can do it. Yo, dude, I've been on.
He's like a steamroller.
I've been on way wilder shows. Trust me. Yo, you've been there, K-Mag. Like,
Yes, I know.
I've been on like the BGSTs and all that.
I've been on GRG when K-Mega's drunk, and that's even more fun.
Oh God, oh my God!
But yo, check it out. To bring it back, because I have to work tomorrow. Guys. So to bring it back, my biggest thing, Sir X-Man, right? Pete Hines and Phil Spencer. Again, I love looking at how people react, not just what they say, but their body language, stuff like that. These guys, first off, Pete Hines is absolutely excited that people are hyped for Starfield, and from what he said, loosely quoted, people are excited for this, the base game. He goes, they don't even know, and then he kind of got cut off by the interviewer, and they went into something else. In other words, they're planning for the content for this game after release is huge, and they haven't said anything about it.
They do that with every single one of their games.
But even to the hold on, but guy, Sir X-Man. But even to the point where he's saying that he's from Bethesda, he knows what their fans expect from them. And he's like, they don't even know. You see what I'm saying? So there is a huge plan for this after release that nobody knows about out here.
This is what he said, because I remember when they cut him off. He said, and yes, when you download the game, there is a big update to the game that you're going to get. And he said, and they stopped him right there.
That's a different point. That's not that. That's interesting. But that's not the point that I was talking about. No, because he was talking about like people excited for the game, not downloading or anything like that. The excitement for the game, and then with Phil Spencer, right? Again, this is the key: is the excitement, right? You see everything coming out. They got the wraps for the Series X's. You got Starfield coming out. You got the smaller game, Party Animals. You got finally the next Forza that's coming out. Everything is finally hitting under the hood when it comes to the Xbox division, and you can see his excitement moving forward. With this going forward. Like,
I'm mad about the Forza consoles that they have. Because you can only get them in a sweepstake. You can't just go out and buy them, and they're not a wrap. They had 3 Forza boxes in a case, and you can't just buy them. You have to.
I think they had like 4 or 5, dude.
Sir,
actually.
I hate to rain on your parade, but I think if these covers, which they should be, if these covers are like as popular, I think you'll see less and less limited edition consoles. And more of those covers, possibly limited edition as well.
Honestly, I'd rather have the covers.
I don't think that's a bad idea at all. They're $50, man. That's it.
There are other covers out there. It's not just the Starfield covers. There are other covers.
The Starfield, there's a blue camo, there's a white camo. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They got the camo.
Yeah, they have the blue camo and the
white one.
The gray camo too, or something like that.
It just couldn't be white. Did you hear that, K-Mega? Like, I was like, the white camo. And Dark's like, that gray camo.
No,
gray
absolutely
camo.
not. It can't be white, man. It cannot be white.
God, y'all being messy now. Come on now. I'm not touching that
come
one.
on, you heard it. Everybody heard it.
It cannot be white.
It can make
Damn it.
white. I mean, shit.
Absolutely not. It cannot be white. Starfield is white, and that's it.
What did you like, man? What did you like?
But
I haven't heard what he liked yet.
He already said it.
No,
I did. I did. Yeah.
Sir X-Man just doesn't want it to end. He's like, this is the Sir X-Man
No,
show,
it's
and we're
not
going
that. I
live for
really-
8
no.
hours tonight.
I really don't.
Stay
I
away
don't
from
do
the
that
light,
at
Sir
all.
X-Man. Stay away
No,
from
I
the light.
Mogwai.
really didn't
Mogwai.
hear the one thing that he liked at the showcase. I really didn't.
The Mogwai has come out tonight. It's great. I love
Yeah, I see the Mogwai is out. In
He was
full,
he
throttle
he said
tonight.
he said one of the
it.
big
He's so
biggest things-
Mogwai. He turned Gremlin. That's how Mogwai he is.
somebody fed him after midnight. Hold on.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody fed
I'm
him.
like,
after
hold on. What
midnight.
time is it? Yeah, I really gotta go.
Drop
to bed.
some water on him or
Fuck.
something.
But no, he was talking. He said that one of the most important things was the whole Bobby Kotick thing, like letting people know he ain't gonna be there. Like it really that was spicy for Phil. The way he
Yeah,
said
very.
that was spicy for
Very
Phil, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to say
Yeah, he
game
gone.
wise, yeah, for game wise, now there was a couple of games for sure. I mean, there was a lot of games that I was looking at. Like that was looking pretty cool. I'm really happy about the game from Tripwire. I love the Killing Floor. So seeing the 3 is going to be
Killing
dropping
Floor
here
3,
soon.
yeah.
I enjoyed Killing Floor. I bought Killing Floor on every platform, so I won't do that again, but I will buy that day one when that drops. Even if it might be a free to play, but I'm either way, I'm finna make sure that I'll be playing it. I'm very excited for Naruto Connections. 130 plus characters. And then the story modes. I'm saying it's going to have rollback netcode. I'm stoked for that. And then on top of that, like I got people that's challenging me to it. They feel very confident on thrashing me on that game. So I look forward to that fighter. And it also will play just like Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer, yeah.
So yeah, it'll have a story. It'll have
That's a
story,
good fighting game. That's a good fighting game.
and it'll fight kind of like that arena type of fighting style. So of course it'll look just like the anime. So if you would be interested in wanting to check that out, it comes out in November. That's day one. So I'm copping that. Of course, seeing the announcement to Tekken 8. I
already knew it.
I told him.
January
He found a way.
26th,
He found a way to get to
January
Tekken.
26th.
Bro, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, you're going to have a baby. Told my wife, you're going to have a baby now. You know what I'm saying? That's it. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm so happy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You gonna have pants off, dance off tonight, K-Mega?
Oh my God, bro! Listen. More Street Fighter 6. I'm finally.
No, he's trying to get a prego to get that leave from the state, man. He can get paid. He get paid.
Anyway, no. Okay, so Street Fighter 6, of course, is out. I'm back on playing that, enjoying that. Then you got Mortal Kombat that's just right around the corner. Then you're gonna have Killer Instinct update. Naruto that's going to be dropping. There's going to be some smaller fighters that's going to be like thrown in there. Like I believe Grand Blue, the second Grand Blue is going to be dropping. So I'm copping that. And then Tekken kind of solidifies this incredible fighting boom in January. Like I can't be more happy and satisfied as a gaming fan. I don't know if I'll put it as being the best fighting year or like this point, but it is damn near close. I'm gonna have to look and do some research on that. So, but yeah,
definitely should, because I think
it's a fantastic time.
when you look at how many titles are coming out when it comes to fighting, I think you would have to go back to like maybe Super Nintendo era, and back when.
Right, in the 90s. It's the 90s.
Yeah, when the coin ops and there was a different fighter in the arcade like every other week, and then all of a sudden those were on console like right after that. You know what I'm saying? Like they were really trying to go all out.
You gave K Mega an idea. Let's poll which year had the best fighting game.
Say or just the biggest boom, like the most titles released, because that's a big thing as well.
We did that.
We did that last week. We did that last week. Yeah.
And what was the year? What was the year that?
I said 1998, and Ham Solo said 2004, and Dark went 2007. And Dark was winning, but he fucked up and was trying to.
I said Def Jam Icon and And it was over.
It was downhill from there, boy.
Yeah, yeah.
People
So
didn't
I
like
don't know
Icon. I don't know
what-
what to tell you.
Out of all the Def Jams, you never mention Icon, okay? Like,
He
you don't
knew
do
that.
I don't know. I like
Yeah.
Icon.
You don't do
Even
that.
Xbox knew that. Even Xbox
You
knew
don't,
that
you
one.
don't do that. Like I played Icon for a matter of maybe 4 minutes, and I'm like,
But if you
fuck that.
if you look at that year though, it's 2007. I mean,
Let it go.
Gears
dog. Just
Gears of War and
let it go,
Halo
dog.
3 came out that
Let it-
same
let-
year.
let it
That's
go,
the
dog.
best part of it.
But
Oh, I thought we were
1998
just
was
doing
still
like
the GOAT.
fighting games, man. That's why.
No, if you're doing
I was
just
talking
fighting
about
games,
and well, yeah,
No,
no,
we were
I mean
talking
it could
about-
be something.
I think that would be an
an
interesting topic to kind of like look
Yeah.
and research, especially for you, Mega. You like how big you are into fighters and stuff. I'm surprised you
Yeah.
don't. I'm surprised you don't know that like right off the bat. Honestly, man. Like how much
Can't
you
make
look
a
into
close-
things.
I have some years on my. I have some years to think. 2002 was fucking amazing. 1998, another year, but then there was
That was a
19.
I had a lot of
Yeah,
fighters
you
that
can't
year.
deny it.
That was nice, but 96 was a huge year as well too. And then you could probably look at like 2008. But that's what I'm saying. Like I would have to look because there was more than what I can remember or what I bought at that time. So
I think
would have to go
this
do
year's more
research.
RPG heavy than it is fighter.
Fuzzy, what do you think was the best year?
Oh,
real
yeah.
quick.
For
I'd have to
gaming,
look it up, man,
Yeah,
for
for
like
games.
exact years, especially for how
for,
long I've
for
been gaming.
me, only because I'm a huge NASCAR racing fan. 2003 was the biggest year because that game had all three of the main series, and people were able to do mods for other like the Goodies Dash series and things like that to add
Yeah,
to
you
it.
appreciate
You had
that.
tons of tracks. Now, as far as other games that came out that year, I believe there were a few of the. I want to say the company was called Janes or something like that. They used to do a lot of the like military flight sims. Now, keep in mind, I was on PC at that point, so I didn't really pay attention to consoles around that time frame. But yeah, there was like the F-15 Fighting Eagle, Tomcat, F-14 Tomcat, and I think they had like the what do you call them?
F-20
F-16.
Hold on, what year? What year was this?
This is like 2003.
Oh,
So
because like you got me going back. I used to play like flight sims on the Sega Genesis with my brother. So we used to play like LHX, F-22 Interceptor, stuff like that. Like that's bringing me back. My brother was like he was huge into cars and like airplanes, and
You were
so
like 4 years old back then, wasn't you?
what? I'm 44 now, bro. What are you talking about? I know. It's the voice. I gotta get one. I gotta get one ribbon. Like somebody gotta say something about how I sound like I haven't hit puberty yet, man. It's weird. But guys, I hate to cut it short, but man, we got to roll out of here because I do have to get ready, get to bed. I got my work weekend. I work 12 hours a day, all weekend. And my supervisor comes back from vacation, so I got to be on point. I got to make sure.
Oh, that means you can't bullshit no more at work.
Well, see, what I do is I do all the major setup work in the first couple hours in the morning, and then all I have to do is make sure my machine's running, and I walk around and I bullshit. So, your typical work stuff in a warehouse, man, or a factory. It's what you do. But, huge shout out to the chat. You guys have been absolutely amazing. I gotta say, huge shout out to our extended family member, Mr. Fuzzy Belvedere. Yo, bro, dude, I gotta say, it is always a blast to have you on, man. As you hear, we don't take everything seriously, man. We like to have fun. We like to joke around, dude. As always, whenever you can and you join in, you fit right in, man. It's always a fun time talking games with you, man. So why don't you gotta let people know what you're into. I already talked about the shop, and I know you're in so many other places, man. Let people know where they can go to get that Fuzzy Belvedere gaming info, man.
Well, just want to thank you for having me on. It's always a pleasure being on here with you guys. Should do this more often, especially with Forza right around the corner. Definitely
sir.
look forward
We
to
gotta
talking
get on the
about
system,
that, 'cause
man. We gotta see who comes in first place, man. That's what we gotta do.
Me and Fuzzy gonna be on PC. Y'all low lives can stay down there on console.
Oh, do you hear
man.
the bullshit right now,
They're
man?
gonna be playing it on PC too. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, but he doesn't talk about it like that though. He wants to get in and he still wants to play. You know what I'm saying? I'll beat your ass. I don't care if you're on a $80,000 PC, Sir X-Man.
That's what I want to hear. Let's talk.
You better be happy and humble with that silver medal you're gonna get, bro.
Bob basically just said he'll play it on cloud and still beat your ass.
Oh, let's go! But Dark, will it be at the same time while somebody's using Netflix on my system? Right?
Oh my God. Continue, Fuzzy.
My bad. Go ahead, Fuzzy. My bad.
No, but this is definitely a joy to be on here with you guys, man. It's always awesome being able to talk games with you guys. For those that want to hear my rambles and rants on anything gaming related, just follow me on the app formerly known as Twitter at @Fuzzy_Belvedere. You can also find me on Breakfast with Boom Friday mornings, 10 a.m. Eastern Time on Double Barrel Gaming. And then later that evening, Xbox Ultimate on Fun Speculations channel at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then Saturday, the Shop Podcast, my home away from home, with Pong and PTK Blam on PTK Blam's channel. Look forward to talking or seeing you guys in the chat, talking to you guys again. And man, this is I won't steal Pong's line with the golden age of gaming, but this is like gamer Christmas all over again. And we got a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline, so be prepared.
Yes,
year's been Christmas, man. Oh, year's been Christmas.
But awesome. I love how, in my opinion, and this is no disrespect to anybody else before time, but you definitely saved the best for last. Shout out to PTK Blam, man. I remember when we had our shows on the same day, and it just until he doesn't have that whole daylight savings thing, but for half the year it was like his show and then next podcast, and then if we go back, I can go back to Console Corner, and they used to do the community streaming right after that. I remember I called it the gaming block, man. It was awesome, and dude, I miss that.
Yeah,
actually
that was fun back then.
I miss that, dude. It was like what 5-6
times.
5-6 hours of just straight gaming entertainment. It was great, absolutely great. But dude, again, I'm gonna call on you again, man. I hope you know that, Fuzzy. I have too much fun when you're on here, so don't be surprised. It might be tomorrow. I'll be like, yo, when can you come on again? But anyway, it was a blast, man. Thank you.
Forward to it.
Thank you, bro. Let's go with the man who believes that this episode should be changed to the Sir X-Man show. Of course, Sir X-Man. Yo, bro, came in with that energy, man. I don't know. Like, in the beginning of the show, you seemed a little, you're just kind of, you were here. And then all of a sudden, man, it's like you drank 3 Red Bulls in a row. You grew your wings, and you just went crazy, man. Gotta love it. It felt like an Xbox Live party.
I'm just one of the few people that can slow you down a little bit.
A little bit.
Most people can't do that.
No, most people can't do that at all. So if you could stumble me up a little bit, that's definitely something to be proud of. But bro, what do you got for an outro tonight, man?
Well, hopefully there's a GRG tomorrow. But I do want K-Mega to enjoy his birthday, man. So you know what I'm saying? That's more important than anything.
Sir X-Man said, just let him run it, K-Mega. He'll run it for you. No problem.
Oh, yeah, you can sip on your scissor while I take over the show. I did that for a little while, remember?
No comment.
See, I think I'm solving problems here, man.
But now, I got a proposition for Fuzzy real quick on my outro. Fuzzy, when Forza comes out, I'll have my stuff, hopefully have my stuff together by then. I got a lot of stuff I'm going through right now. But hopefully we make a Forza show, and we just call it all about Forza and, and other racing games. Because I've played iRacing like you. I've played Assetto Corsa. I've played all the PC games. So we should make a show like that, dude.
I'm down for it. Just,
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Mega, when did Sir X-Man become a podcast whore? Like when did this happen? Where he just had to be on as many shows as possible? He's like, he's trying to gather.
I got the time now, bot. I mean, really.
Like I said, he's on his way to the pearly gates, man. That's what's going on right now. That's what's going on.
It's like, I gotta make my mark now.
I gotta make my mark, man.
But no, y'all know where y'all can find me on X, Twitter, Twitter X, X Twitter. I don't know what to call. Ooh, X Twitter. I like that one. You know, and everywhere else. Everybody here knows me who knows me, so I'll catch you guys on the next time when I'm around.
Nice.
That's about it.
Nice.
And everybody, please control my buddy Xbot.
Can't happen.
He's a wild man. He's a wild man.
Yo, my boy Leon at work. That's what he says when I walk into the door. He's like, hey.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ!
Actually, no. He said that's a bad man right there. Like that's what I'm walking by. I'm like, dude, you crazy, man. But
just start using more deodorant. You'll be all right.
Dude, it's 120 degrees. Everybody's stinking that place, man. Yo. Anyway, let's. Yeah, Dark. I don't know how you're gonna follow that up, Dark. I apologize, man. But you know, it's getting late. I gotta get outros, man. What do you got for me, bro?
Yeah, you guys can find me on Twitter, Darkonimus. You can also find me on Xbox and PlayStation at the same name. And fuck K Mega and his motherfucking birthday. We're having a GRG tomorrow, goddammit. No. If we don't have a GRG tomorrow, then you guys will find me here next week on the next podcast.
You didn't even remember the name. You didn't even remember the next podcast.
Yeah, I was like, is it the next podcast still, or is it Sir X-Men podcast?
This show has never changed its name.
Might not have a podcast,
and it's one of the longest running shows in the community. But he forgets the name.
Hey, listen. Listen, you know, I thought it was the Sir X-Men show tonight. Okay.
Yeah, I did too, man. I did. I think I might change. I might change the title.
Y'all got jokes.
I might change the title. The next Sir X-Man podcast.
Yes.
Let an old man have his moment. Come on.
You got it, man. We're gonna be asking for autographs after the show, man. When we're off there, we're all asking them 8x10 glossies and everything.
$20.
$20 autograph though. $20 autograph. Okay, people.
He does.
We gotta make that money, all right?
I'd give you one for free.
I was gonna say
no. We gotta make that money like Sony does. Okay, we gotta do this. All right?
Wow.
Oh, damn! That was a low blow at your favorite console, dude. That was
a great segue to K Mega's outro, actually. Yo, when it comes down to it, yo.
No comment, man. Let's get out of here before Sir X-Man just keeps on interrupting. So before you go another hour, everybody have a good night. I will let you know if we're gonna have GRG tomorrow. Man, you know what I'm saying? Just looking forward to going and doing some shit next week, going to a Cozumel. So, you know, I just hope I don't get ate by a jaguar, puma, liger, you know, so, you know what I'm saying? Or somebody takes me to the...
eat good, boy.
Is that a jaguar, a puma, and a liger? Or is that all of them put together? It's all one thing.
Put together, yeah. And a chupacabra, you know what I'm saying? Healthy.
Oh, a chupacabra too?
Yeah. Oh, you going to Mexico? Yeah, then you're going to see a chupacabra. That's for sure.
Then I'm also, because I'm going to the Inca.
Oh, the Inca, the Inca pyramids,
pyramids, yeah. So if I don't, you know what I'm saying, I'll make sure that I'll try to be on my best behavior so I won't get sacrificed.
You know, the government already said aliens exist. You're about to get abducted up there.
So,
don't be trying to do no Indiana Jones out there, K-Mega.
Yep, sir.
You see a crystal skull, just leave it on the ground.
He's gonna be wearing. You know what he's gonna be doing? He's not gonna be Indiana Jones. He's gonna be Lara Croft, right? He's gonna be wearing skippy clothes, and he's gonna be out there.
These damn fools, they wilding out. Everybody have a good night, man. Yeah. Sorry I was late.
Nice. And on that note, just want to let you guys know that K Mega will be going old school Lara Croft and pulling out the Madonna pointy bras. All right, is what's gonna happen.
Wow. The PS1 Laura.
But yo, again, to the chat and to our special guests, thank you guys so much. Fuzzy, it was amazing. Chat, you guys are always incredible. If you haven't done it yet, hit the thumbs up button and definitely subscribe. I did see we did get a new subscriber today. Yo, shout out to all the new subscribers, man. It's a fun ride. I love doing this, man. It's a lot of fun, especially talking with these hooligans over here, man. It's been great. My apologies to Mr. Boomstick. We did run out of time. But until next week, this is the next podcast. Have a great night, everybody.
Mobile VR V17 Golden Fleece Edition. Unrelenting. Pay more, win more. 5 stars. Get all the action with Clear All the Substance. Mobile VR V17 Golden Fleece will totally blow you away. With over 200,000 combinations of temporary in-game purchases to completely decimate your war chest. Fantasize and customize as we monetize and capitalize in maximum overdrive. Mobile VR V17 Golden Fleece. More action, more destruction, more microtransaction requirements than any other game. It's unparalleled. Mobile VR V17 Golden Fleece coming soon from Brain Drain Games. It's not in the game unless you separately purchase each character, world element, model, and texture. Also coming soon. Mobile FPS MMAIDGAF 4DHD Double D. The next level in hyper-simulated nonsense from Brain Drain Games. It's not in the game